Good evening, glory, hallelujah to you. What the heck's your story and what's going through you? This is the glorified version of a bass fishing talk show, and tonight it's Stray Casts on the Road live from Seth Feider's basement. Give it up for Seth Feider, Bass Galaxy.
Welcome, boy.
Yes. Yes. Hey, we're live from the Feider compound. It's a little different show tonight, and it's your questions for Seth Feider. Anything you want to ask.
Anything.
He says anything.
I'll answer it.
And he'll answer
Probably
it.
shouldn't. I will.
He's gonna. All kinds of cool stuff worked up tonight. Easton Fothergill, college bracket champs, coming on tonight after the commercial break. Yeah, Easton Fothergill. Give it up for him. Heck yes. Heck yes. Yeah, man, he's one of the Bassmaster Classics.
Minnesota boy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's coming on tonight. And then we're going to get down to the nitty-gritty. We're going to talk to Seth a little bit. And then we have questions from the hat, from the Omnia hat tonight from Seth's close friends. And you will not believe the questions in this hat. Oh, you saw as they were coming in today when we were bassing, I would just lose it. And that's what's going on there. And then, of course, after that, you get to field anything you want. You're going to send them to Rock and Shoal Fantasy. He's on the chat board. Give it out for J.R. Ewan. He's our chat guy. And you're going to send it in on the chat board. Rock and Shoal Fantasy will get some to me. Also, Andrew Ellenberger, producing live from Hobart, Indiana, home of Lake George, one of your favorite lakes ever. Yeah. Andrew Ellenberger, he's a ginger ninja. Yeah, he's producing. He's going to put them right on the screen too, I guess.
Hey,
some
bud.
questions. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. So cool stuff. Of course, anytime Seth Feider, or kin to the Seth Feider Bassin family, is on the Stray Cast show, you know that Pedro, your papa, he throws in a little something, and I know you know what it is. What is it, Seth?
I don't even know, to be honest with you. I'm going to assume he's giving away a lucky pocket rock.
He's giving away a lucky pocket rock to one of you lucky people in the Bass Galaxy. Magic things happen to those that hold the pocket rock. Yeah. And all you got to do is like and share the live Facebook feed. And it's your chance. We're putting you in the randomizer. And at the end of the show, you get the chance to win a lucky, life-changing pocket rock from Pedro Feider. So that's pretty cool. Thanks, Pedro. We love you for that.
You can't buy those. So.
Is our studio audience on? I think so. It's a little lower. Hey, also, there they are. You hear them? Anyway, hey, look at them all over there, Seth. You see them all in the basement? It's amazing. Hey, also, of course, it's that kind of party, you know, when Seth Feider's on. And we are giving away another like and share, and that is a Tin Cup Whiskey Fun Extravaganza box straight to your door. Yeah, compliments of Luke Foley and Tin Cup Whiskey. There it is. All right, so I guess the party's about to get started. If you know what I mean. Hey, so Seth, you and I share some advertising partners or sponsors, you pro bassers call them. Yeah. And one of them, of course, this one, a new one for you this year was Impulse Lithium. Yeah. And I will say I personally witnessed you beat the snot out of those batteries, and they just kept going.
They did.
Just kept going.
They're impressive.
Spawning derbs all day.
I got a lot of power in my boat. Kind of a ridiculous setup. But
he's a little overpowered, but hey,
I'm never gonna run out. Never.
So here's to you. Cheers to Impulse Lithium batteries. Thanks to cheers and all that to Billy and Darlene. Thanks, Billy. Yeah, Weidler's over there. Thank you so much. Hey, you also this year came aboard the Power Pole team. So welcome back to Power Pole there. Yes, man. Yeah. And you're running the Power Pole trolling motor. How's the move, dude? How's the deal? Seriously.
For real.
So I got to tell you, man, it's like it really does have a significant amount of power more than the old trolling motor uses.
It's almost too much.
Like you tap it, and sometimes it's like I'm almost going toosh out the other side of the boat, bro.
It's almost too much.
And the fact that it cuts through weeds like no other trolling motor, which really helps in live scoping, cutting through those weeds. You know what I mean? It cuts the path so you can scope easier.
Shine them under the But if you ever don't have to scope, and you're fishing a grass derby, it's the one to have.
No, for sure. I mean, and it cuts through anything I've witnessed. And of course, they keep us looking really good. That's Sims Fishing. Thank you, Patterson and Peter.
Patterson.
Yeah, for your care package.
My last few family photos have all been in
Sims. And same with me. Weddings, Bass mitzvahs, all that stuff, all in Sims. Thank you so much. And of course, your company there. Your tackle shop.
Omnia Fishing.
Yeah, your neighborhood tackle shop, Omnia Fishing, Fish by Lake. That's Seth Feider's an employee there. You guys know that, right?
I do work there.
Yeah, he's an employee there. And they tonight are sponsoring the questions in a hat from all your friends.
Nice.
So that should be pretty interesting. Hey, let's bring our buddy on.
Okay.
He's a gypsy.
Right.
Who likes whiskey?
Okay.
And every week here on Stray Cats, we do a little tin cup whiskey word of the week. Ginger Ninja, Hobart, Indiana, produces.
Balls.
What's going on?
What's going on, my man? Welcome to Seth Feider's basement.
I've never been in the basement. I've been in the garage.
Yeah, you hung out in the garage plenty.
Yeah.
You know what are you double fisting?
Yeah.
I always got iced tea, water, and then I always got a whiskey in my hand. So
yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm out in the boat getting ready for the regional.
Nice.
So yeah.
What are you doing? Drywall work? What's that behind you?
No, I don't do drywall work anymore. I used to work construction, but I'm too brittle for that in my old age. I got a bad neck. I can't do drywall work anymore.
That's an awesome camera angle. You look like a giant.
You do.
Do I?
Really
That giant stein you had.
Yeah.
I
mean, that was just like a big fish pick. When you hold that stein up again, Foles.
Like 5 pounds.
Wow. For those listening on the podcast,
big. It's big.
That's a mag.
Mm-hmm.
That's a mag stein.
I got it leaning up against a thing of mercury oil that I'm about to put in the reservoir when we get done
cool
here.
To have you here tonight, bud. And of course, for those that don't know, every Wednesday night on the Stray Cat Show, Tin Cup Whiskey and Luke Foley bring us the Tin Cup Whiskey word of the week. And we got to tell you, especially on a night like tonight, it's probably going to be flying. And if you drink, please drink responsibly. And of course, Mr. Foley is willing to call anybody off work tomorrow as any member of your family. He can disguise his voice in any way. DM him or just DM Stray Cats. We'll give you his personal number. You call up Luke Foley. He's calling you off work tomorrow. Okay, Bass Galaxy?
I had a
night.
Yeah.
Just prepare yourself.
Yeah. Just to get going. He's done it for Seth many times.
All the time.
Yeah. He's like,
Foley's
Chase
I
Anderson.
actually had to call myself.
Oh yeah, he does call. Yeah. He's like, Pistol Pete. Yeah. This is the president. Yeah. Seth won't be coming in. But yeah, that's it. That's Foley. He does that service for everybody.
Yeah, that's really good at it.
That's Luke Foley.
I had to call myself off today. I went and saw the Eagles last night and woke up a little bit hungover.
Hey, Foles. So with all that being said, what is the Tin Cup Whiskey word of the week?
Question. Yeah, that's going to get crazy. So
if I say
question,
I'm going to say question, and people are going to say, question.
Yeah, the answer is question.
You're asking Seth questions.
Yeah.
That's a
Foley,
great word.
cheers to that one.
Yeah.
Internet
Thank
cheers
you.
now. Right there. Question solved.
Absolutely.
Wow.
And Pedro, I'm sending you some whiskey. Send me your address again and your shirt size. I'm sending you some whiskey. And then
the internet on the chatboard.
Yeah. And then
don't do that.
No.
Yeah. Maybe just DM me. And then Seth, I'm gonna ask you a question because I'm curious. Is that cool? Can I start off?
Of course, go ahead, Foles. Ask him a question.
Well, as you know, Indiana fishing isn't the best. That's why I got to raise money to stock because DNR doesn't help us.
Thank you for that, by the way, and Tin Cup Whiskey
my
for
pleasure.
doing that program.
My pleasure. They don't bite jigs around here because they're not big enough most days. So I flip a lot of tubes. And Seth, I hear you do something with a ring that you tie on like a split ring to the hook. And I don't know if it's a better hook land ratio or if it's better action or the tube, but can you tell me about that?
Yeah, I don't know the answer to that either, but I use them. It's in my head. I can't not use them. It's a VMC heavy duty wide gap ringed hook and a 4-aught. It's not a split ring. It's a welded ring. It's all one piece.
Yeah.
I tie onto that, and I don't know if it gives it a little wiggle or what. Or
he can't. It's psychological.
yeah,
the guy's
like,
messed
if
without
I got the hook on anything else, I don't feel like
You should have seen in Florida polls. He's like playing with 40 different hooks. At the beginning of the year, we're all flipping this what was that arrowhead stuff over there. And he went through 40 different hooks. He's like, hey, this ring hook works the best. And
I try. I've been to experiment, and it just keeps coming back as the winner. I don't know.
That's the Feider hook. It's renamed the. But good question,
everything
folks.
under like 1 ounce.
Good question, folks. Hey, and by the way, thank you for the like and share contest tonight. All the people got to do is like and share the live Facebook feed for their chance at a big box of Tin Cup goodness, a big old fun box of Tin Cup goodness. And also, of course, Foles, the like and share contest for a Pedro Rock. That's going on tonight. Like and share.
But my rock's already packed for the Ozarks. You bet your ass.
Oh, you know it. Hey, of out that way, I almost forgot to mention Straycast's newest sponsor, and that is White River Custom Knives.
Oh yeah.
So we got that cool knife company making the knives right there out of the custom shop. I mean, beautiful stuff, Holes. If you haven't checked them out, whiterivernKnives.com. You can skin a buck at a trot line, and you can cut yourself a nice steak in the evening as well. Nice. So it's that kind of knife right there. whiterivernKnives.com. Check them out.
Check them out.
Let's put the power poles down, and let's bring college bracket champ Easton Fothergill when we return. He's going to the Bassmaster Classic.
That sounds great. I wish I had that opportunity when I went to college 20.
Hey, go to college. It's never too late. Go back to school.
There's no age limit, Paul.
Yeah, keep going. It's just like that.
But I got my degree. What, you want me to be a doctorate?
You're already a doctor of love. All right, put the power poles down, Bass Galaxy. Right. Don't go nowhere. An evening from Seth Feider's basement with all your questions. Continue when we return.
Bye, guys.
See ya.
Love you.
There's a moment when you're faced with a challenge, and just solving the problem isn't good enough, even if that means breaking the rules and shredding apart conventional ways of thinking, all in the name of creating something truly remarkable. With this much control at its command, we didn't stop with just one. We created 2 incredible trolling motors. Introducing the new Power Pole Move brushless trolling motor.
This is the mountain, and this is mountain whiskey. Unspoiled, untamed, forever wild. There's no safety net, no way down. Up here, it's just man, and the mountain, and his tin cup. Tin Cup Whiskey. Mountain whiskey.
Want to know the difference between power bait and other soft plastics? Ask the fish. Berkeley scientists have. Thousands of flavors tested on thousands of fish. Natural. Man-made. Every bait that's ever hit the water. No matter the shape, size, or color, power bait is the only one that is scientifically proven. Fish bite and will not let go.
buddy.
Realize your boat's potential with outboard performance accessories that improve the handling, speed, and economy of your boat. Find your perfect accessory from Bob's Machine.
Come on, man, let's roll. What the?
To catch the fish, you need to be one with the fish.
With PowerPole shallow water anchors, you'll get the ultimate in precision, power, and control, so you can catch more fish. No face paint or phony fins necessary.
Welcome back. This is the glorified version of a Bass Fishing Talk Show live from Seth Feider's basement. What's up, Seth?
What's happening?
You know what time it is now, man? We're going to talk a little bit college bassing.
Nice.
You know what I mean? And overcoming obstacles in life. And with that being said, I think at this time, let's bring in college bracket champ from University of Montebello. That is Easton Fothergill. Is Easton in the house? There he is,
hey,
right
what's
there.
Up, guys?
What's up, bud? How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me on.
Dude, it's our pleasure to have you on. Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, guys. Thank
That's
you.
Badass.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, again, those that don't know, Easton has qualified for the Bassmaster Classic. Ray Scott's dream.
You know,
dude, that's a huge deal, Easton. How does that make you feel inside?
It doesn't even feel real to me yet. I don't know. I honestly don't know when it'll set in, but it's definitely a dream come true for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Seth, you've experienced it, and just the thrill alone. Have you ever attended a Bassmaster Classic?
I've been to the last two, so I know kind of briefly what goes on there, but
So
I'm
you
sure being
know
a competitor is completely different.
Exactly. And the energy that you feel from the crowd, imagine how it's going to be when you drive up in that boat, Easton.
I can only imagine the chills I'll feel. It's going to be crazy.
it's the coolest thing you can do in bass fishing is driving into that arena to go in, your music playing, everybody screaming. It's the coolest thing I've done in bass fishing.
Yeah. It's the big time. And Seth called me up. We were planning on getting together here to do some bassing in your home state, Minnesota, Easton. And he said, "Hey man, that dude Easton Fothergill, did you see that kid, man? He's from here. He just qualified for the Classic." Seth was all excited about you, Easton. He goes, "He's a proper bassing man, Pat. Let's talk to him." I'm like, "All right, bud. All right." And then I got to looking into your story a little bit, Easton, and you overcame some obstacles that many, I don't know, man. You overcame the obstacles and you went right at it, back to the passion, to the sport that you love. Do you want to share that story? Is that something we'll talk about here? Or?
Yeah, sure. So
Please
yeah,
share
I'm sure.
with the Bass Galaxy.
Yeah, so like a bunch of people know by now, it's so at Pickwick Lake, Bassmaster National Championship for college, just started having a headache during practice, and it was just some of the most terrible pain I've ever felt, and kind of limped through practice and with ibuprofen and et cetera, migraine, and then ended up getting through the tournament somehow, and then got home the week after, got settled into school, and just was not getting better at all, and then ended up going into the ER, and they found a mass on my brain. It was an infected abscess, and then they transported me by ambulance to Birmingham, Alabama, where they immediately sent me into surgery, and had brain surgery and kind of recuperated there for the week after, and then ended up going home back to Minnesota for 2 weeks to heal up even more with my doctors at home, and somehow, some way was able to make it to the bracket just in time. Felt better, and ran down to school, grabbed the boat, and then drove up to Kansas. So it was definitely quite the turn of events for sure.
Wow. And just, I mean, so much going through your mind at that period. I mean, just the scariness of it all,
Mm-hmm.
and the unknowing, and then the fact that you fearlessly leaped back at what you love. Did you feel like a determination, like this was something that you just needed to do, this competition?
Yeah, for sure. Sitting in the hospital bed and at home, I was just like, gosh, I've come this far. I can't miss it now. I was going to do definitely whatever it took to make it to that tournament. That's the biggest tournament at my level right now, at the college level. So there's a lot of determination for sure.
How long was it between your surgery and the tournament?
3 weeks.
Wow.
Unreal.
That's insane.
How do you feel now?
Now I'm normal.
Like
Honestly, it was probably 3 or 4 days before the bracket when I was, feeling up to it and normal. And ever since then, I'm still taking antibiotics right now. I'll probably have another week left of them, but right now I feel great.
Okay. So let's drill this kid a little bit. Let's ask him some questions. You told me he's a proper Bassin man, so let's ask him some questions. I mean, he's going to the Bassin Master Classic for crying out loud. So who is your hero, your inspirer in professional bass fishing? Who do you look up to?
One of the main guys is sitting right next to you, Minnesota boy. Yeah. The fact that you guys even told me to come on the show is super crazy to me. The fact that you even know my name is just beyond me. It's crazy.
Oh, we read your file, son.
I was watching the bracket. See to get it done.
We're bass fishing fans.
Seth is where I'm trying to get someday, so he's definitely one of my biggest idols.
Oh, you'll be there. You'll be there. You got a good step now, because right next year you get to do the full ride on the opens. Is that right?
I've heard I get all 9, and I've also heard I only get 1 division. So I don't know if they're changing it this year, but I'm really hoping it's all 9.
Honestly. We're pulling for all 9.
I'll put a phone call in.
I appreciate it.
Hey, so what is it about Feider that inspires you, Easton?
Just showing all the Southern boys that a Minnesota boy can do it. He won AOI being from Minnesota, and that's super cool to me.
He's a Yankee. He's a dang Yankee.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, honestly, I mean, Easton, one of many who your northern exposure has breached over to the southern exposure.
Yeah, we're coming. We're coming for them. They can't all be from Alabama.
How is college fishing cutthroat, man? Like it seems that way.
It is, yeah. It's super competitive. I would compare it to any college sport. That we're all trying to beat each other, and it's super competitive for sure.
Yeah. Have you ever seen anybody fight because of college bass fishing? Like physically fight? Like, because I mean, football players, basketball players at colleges, that goes down. That goes, especially hockey players. Yeah. You know what I mean? But like, have you ever seen like a brawl over college bassing?
I've heard some stories, but I haven't got to see it with my eyes yet. I'd kind of like to see it, to be honest.
It exists. It does exist, you're telling me.
Oh, yeah, it does, for sure.
You get good grades, bud?
Yeah.
What's your GPA?
3.6, 3.7.
What the heck kid, smart AF. Yeah. Fighter, what was your GPA?
0.
He had a 0 GPA, so you're kicking his butt there.
I got him in one category, I guess.
Well, you just didn't show up that year?
I tried to go to, I did 2 classes at a junior college, and then I didn't finish them. So I guess I got a 0 GPA. I don't know how that worked.
So don't be inspired by Seth Feider's college career, just his bassing, okay?
You gotta figure it out.
Yeah, he already knows.
Yeah.
He already knows. Hey, what if you go ahead?
Are you a junior this year? Is that right?
I'm a senior this year, so.
Oh, you are. So next year you're going full in on the Opens. Is that the plan?
That's what I'm hoping. We'll see. I've thought about coming back for a 5th year, but if I get all 9 Opens, obviously that's not happening. I'm fishing the Opens, so
yeah,
we'll see.
And you got one on like your home lake, right?
One of them, yeah.
That's
Leech.
pretty cool. Yeah, pretty nice northern schedule this year.
Yeah, I like it.
Couple of them pretty close, so that'll be good for you.
What's your strengths as a bass fisherman? Like, are you winder, you dragger, flipper? What's your deal?
I'm a finesse guy at heart. Some finesse smallmouth is kind of my deal.
Finesse smallmouth. So you're no stranger to that spin pull.
No, all the Southern guys at school in Alabama make fun of me for it. So they call me a Yankee every time I pull the spin and pull out. So definitely a big spin and pull guy. So
I've been fishing with Seth the last couple of days, and he's been spin pulling a lot. I mean,
a little bit,
he's been spin pulling, and today he's just doing this crazy shaking stuff, just shaking the spin pole all the time. He's a real shaky guy, especially with the finesse. Are you a shaky guy too?
I would say I'm a shaky guy as well. Yeah.
Is that like a thing? Finesse? You got to be shaky. Like, I don't remember Aaron being all shaky. Like, Jerry, what he was, wasn't he? He really was. Now that I think about it. Yeah, it's it goes with the finesse thing. That shake and bake. It's right there. Excellent, man. Hey, so when do you start studying for the Bassmaster Classic? Is what I want to know.
I've already studied. I'm looking up fishing reports and YouTube videos, so it's already started.
Okay, I like your style. Hey, Easton,
you gonna make a trip out to Grand and scope it out before you get there? You been there before?
I have not been there before, and I'm hoping to. We'll see. We'll see how the college schedule lines up, and I would like to for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to throw in for Easton before we ramble on?
I don't know. We're cutting them off now.
Well, I mean, I think we're gonna. We're having them in here to say hello.
Like, what all did you fish growing up? Like, as far as like Minnesota tournaments and stuff. And
see, there you go.
Stuff like that.
I used to do just local, like small trails around Grand Rapids. Now I'm doing the Minnesota Team Trail, Bass Nation.
Okay.
And then, honestly, the college series takes up a lot of my summer as well. We do the Sturgeon Bay Open. I've seen you there a couple times.
Oh, nice.
I was probably before you knew my name, but that's kind of the gist of what my summer looks like.
Pokegama, pretty much your home lake then?
Yep. I live on Pokegama in the summer. I have a cabin on Pokegama, so.
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Do you know what the tournament that Feider won? He's got 1 million plaques in the other room. What do you know the name of the circuit that he just used to smash on?
Silverados. That one?
Talking about the Denny's?
Yeah.
Denny's.
He's talking about the Denny's.
The Denny's.
Yeah, I know what Denny's are. I've never done one, but I know what they are.
Yeah, he's got in my room over here, dude. He got a pile. Well, it's Choder's room too.
Yeah.
But he's got, dude, just piles, boxes, piles of bass and trophies, piles of them.
He's that guy in that area.
He's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
He's that guy.
For a little bit, not anymore.
Do you got sneaky lakes by you that you fish that you don't tell anybody about?
Oh yeah, lots of them.
It seems like those exist here.
That's what Minnesota is.
Yeah,
you got the Tonkas and the Pokegamas, but there's even better out there that a lot of people don't know about. So
it's so crazy to me from being around Chicago, basically the armpit of fishing in the nation.
Yeah.
That Ohio's worse.
Ohio is worse.
You're right. But there's just so in this Minnesota, land of 1,000 lakes, right?
10,000.
10,000. Jeez, I cut it short for crying out loud. I mean, but there's so many sneak holes here.
Mhm.
It's like when it's just they grow sneak holes in the state
Absolutely.
of Minnesota. Is there another state that's like that?
Michigan and Wisconsin.
Michigan's got those two still?
And Wisconsin, yeah.
Okay.
They got enough lakes where you can't really fish them all.
Mhm.
That's why you got little places that don't get beat to death.
Just in the bass get really smart. They just get real smart when they get beat.
They do.
That's all I can say.
Yeah, they do.
They're dumb there still.
Hey, Easton, man, we'll see you at the Bassmaster Classic, bud.
Perfect.
We'll go hang
Sounds
out with
good.
them for a little
Yeah.
bit. What do you
I'll
think?
be there.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do
we'll
it.
be we'll make up we'll have big those big faces, you know, those Easton faces, and we'll carry them around.
Oh boy. Oh
Hey, you
boy.
got to get some good seats, though.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, we want in
I
on
can
your
look at that.
family.
We're in
Bass.
charge picking your seats. We want a good spot.
Okay.
Let's call the girls at Bass and just tell him he said it's okay, and we'll get in on
Okay.
his family passes.
We'll
How's
throw
that?
2 extra in.
Yeah.
We'll
Okay.
We'll get you 2
Sounds
extra
good.
seats so we can sit there.
Yeah.
I'll make it happen.
Hey, congratulations, Easton, and keep kicking ass, man. You're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah. Thanks. You're practicing for a tournament, right?
Yeah, I'm at Dardanelle right now. Just got off the
Okay.
water about an
You
hour
got a
ago.
college
So
event?
yeah,
Okay.
college event.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, what's left? Oh, I don't know. What do you have left for college? I mean, you already did the bracket deals. It's just a different circuit or something.
Yeah, it's a different circuit. So
Okay.
and since I'm a senior this year, I'll be able to fish the Bassmaster stuff again this summer. So
Nice.
that depends on the opens too as well, but we'll see. Lots of fishing to be had.
Oh yeah.
Kid's a derber.
Yeah.
Hey, but, how many derbs you think you fished so far in 23?
A lot. I
Well,
don't know.
guess. Just guess.
I mean, and I have 5 weekends in a row right now. I have 3 more after this. So, I mean, that's, I don't know. It's
That's
a lot.
27.
20 something.
Starting to sound like John Cox.
Yeah. John Cox don't even know.
It
know
honestly
what
probably
state
is
you're in?
20 something.
Yeah.
It's
He knows
constant.
He's on Dardanelle.
Yeah,
He
he
thinks he's on Dardanelle.
he thinks he is. Seth's saying that because I was fishing with John Cox one time, and what was that? Pickwick. I was running down Pickwick. John's like, "Come on, I got a spot. We're gonna go down here." We run for like an hour, dude, like all the way into Alabama, man, from by the dam. And then he's like, "Oh, sorry, Pat. I thought we were on Kentucky Lake." What is that?
That's wild.
Fish too many derbs.
Yeah, it all blurs together. Easton, best of luck to you.
Yeah.
We're so happy that you're healthy, and we're so happy that you qualified for the Bassmaster Classic. Keep up the good work. Bass Galaxy, keep it up for Bass Classic qualifiers. Easton Fothergill. Hey, we're going to have you on again sometime, okay?
Sounds good.
We want
Let me
to
know.
keep
Thank you.
progress on you.
Yeah.
Hope so.
Open show next year.
That's right, exactly. The Choder and Jamie can have him on the open show. Absolutely.
Let's do
There
it.
it is. Hey, Gingy, let's take a little break. You need to take a little breaky, don't you? You know what I mean? Let's put the power poles down, and when we come back, we're getting to it. Bass Galaxy, get your questions ready. And Easton, hey, before we go, you want to ask him something before we get out of here? It's only fair.
I wasn't prepared for this.
Well, I know, but that's straight cast. We put you on the spot. You want to just text it to him?
He's a lot smarter than me right now.
Okay.
Yeah, he already
I can
knows
do
way more than you. I can tell by looking at him.
No, that's a lie.
I got some questions for him. I'll ask later.
I need advice from Seth for the mustache.
Why didn't you do it
Mustache
during
game.
the segment?
I don't want anybody else knowing the answer.
Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Okay. So I gave Seth your number. He's going to text you.
All right. Sounds good.
Easton, thanks. Bass Galaxy,
Thank you,
put
guys.
the power poles down. Start loading the questions in for Seth Feider. We'll be back after these messages.
There's a moment when you're faced with a challenge, and just solving the problem isn't good enough, even if that means breaking the rules and shredding apart conventional ways of thinking, all in the name of creating something truly remarkable. With this much control at its command, we didn't stop with just one. We created two incredible trolling motors. Introducing the new Power Pole Move brushless trolling motor.
This is the mountain, and this is mountain whiskey. Unspoiled, untamed, forever wild. There's no safety net, no way down. Up here, it's just man and the mountain and his tin cup. Tin Cup Whiskey. Mountain whiskey.
Want to know the difference between power bait and other soft plastics? Ask the fish. Berkeley scientists have thousands of flavors tested on thousands of fish. Natural, man-made. Every bait that's ever hit the water. No matter the shape, size, or color, power bait is the only one that is scientifically proven. Fish bite and will not let go.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, buddy.
Realize your boat's potential with outboard performance accessories that improve the handling, speed, and economy of your boat. Find your perfect accessory from Bob's Machine.
Plenty of sunshine.
Come on, man, let's roll! What the?
To catch the fish, you need to be one with the fish.
With Power Pole shallow water anchors, you'll get the ultimate in precision, power, and control, so you can catch more fish. No face paint or phony fins necessary.
Fishy, fishy.
The college you went to.
Welcome back. This is the glorified version of a Bats and Talk show from Seth Feider's basement, and it's time to do a little one-on-one here. You know, a little mano-y-mano. And you and I talk about bassing in life quite often, and I think, in my opinion, as a bud of yours and also a fan of the sport, I see you in a transitioning period of your career. Do you feel that's a safe thing for me to say?
I guess so. I feel like I'm transitioning into a worse bass fisherman. I don't know.
that is not true. You are an amazing bass fisherman. Why would you think that you're? Why do you think that you're transitioning into a worse bass? What would make you say something like that?
Had a rough year.
You had a rough year. And that would certainly make anyone feel that way slightly. But you've had such a stellar career prior, or in the past few years.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that you're such an overachiever in your sport, that it might hurt you a little more.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, you always want more.
Your AOY year was a record-breaking year. It's just as far as how you dominated it, and it hasn't happened like that too often in the sport of bass fishing. You set the bar really high for yourself.
Yeah, I think that's good though.
Of course it is, but I mean, they listen to this. Now, I've heard this said that successful people only feel successful about 2% of the time.
Sounds about right.
And then the other 98% of the time, they're trying to figure shit out.
Yeah.
Is that a good assessment of you?
Yeah, fair enough.
Okay. All right. And you're always trying to figure shit out.
Oh, yeah.
You really are.
Try to.
It don't matter what it is. You're trying to figure it out. Now, have you figured yourself out?
Probably not.
No. I mean,
I don't know if I might have gave up on that.
Well, there's different levels of it, right?
Yeah.
Isn't there different levels of that? So when I say that someone's self-aware, what does that mean to you? What does that mean if someone is self-aware?
They're aware of self.
Come on. What does it mean in bass fishing if they're self-aware?
Maybe I don't know what you're doing wrong and doing right.
Okay.
I don't know.
So I remember when we were fishing.
Where's Fothergill at?
Yeah.
You could probably answer that.
Fothergill knows the answers,
He
don't
does.
you, Easton? So remember being self-aware, same thing as being in tune, right? Like, I mean, you're kind of in tune with yourself. And if you're in tune with yourself, you can be in tune with bassing.
Yeah.
Right? So let me give you an example. Yesterday, we were out dragging a jig on some outside stuff.
Yeah.
And some people may have saw it on the Straight Cast Instagram and Seth's Instagram. And you caught a 6.5 pounder on a jig. And what you said to me that made me realize that you were tuned in and aware of the situation is you were calling bites when you got to certain types of rocks. You would say, oh, that's the rocks I'm looking for, because you're feeling along.
Yeah.
We didn't have the periscope out there. We were just doing some old-fashioned bassing. Old-fashioned bassing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just dragging some jigs on some outside rocks.
Yeah.
And every time you would get to that certain type of rock, you would say, I want to get bit, Pat. I'm going to get bit. And damn, you caught a 6.5 pounder. Now, don't you wish you could get to that point all the time in bassing where you're that dialed in? Like, imagine if you were that tuned in.
24/7.
Yeah, what a perfect world that would be.
Like, we should ask Greg Hackney what that feels like.
Yeah, we should definitely ask him. Or our bud Ricky Klein, right? I mean, because Clun, that I believe, and thank you for bringing that up about Hackney and those type anglers, because I think that's the place Clun might have been talking about.
Yeah.
You know, he lived there.
Yeah, this was a few hours.
I know, but that's
he's
why.
not like he did that 20 years in a row.
But could you imagine living there?
Wouldn't be bad.
Dude, like you're so in tune that you actually know when you're gonna get bit. Now, I'm nowhere. I'm a decent angler, and sometimes I get bit. I think like today, I was telling you when I was gonna get. I'm like, oh, let's go through. Boom, boom, boom. They're gonna smash the Chickasee chicken, and boom. All right. I think that any angler can get there. And Clun knows how to tap it.
He can turn it on and off.
He can.
Oh.
He knows that. He told me he can.
Okay.
Clun can do that.
I don't know how to do that.
He don't do it no more, though. Yeah. He knows how to do it, and he won't tell me how to do it because he says it's going to freak me out and it's going to freak too many people out.
Really?
Yep.
I can see that.
Yeah. I know. So
Does it involve ayahuasca?
I don't know the answer to that because he won't tell me.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Imagine, Bass Galaxy, of being in a place and so in tune with yourself and with the fish that you actually know when you're going to get a bite. You were there yesterday.
Yeah.
You were there. And it was a brief time, but it was an extended period of time. Most like, okay, if I experience it, it's like this. You were kind of here gone. Clun was here. So there is that way to overcome that. Now, as far as being in tune with yourself, I want to go back a couple years here. I'm going to talk about 2019. I'm going to talk about 2021, 22, and 23.
What happened in 20?
Oh, did I didn't say 20? 2019? I skipped 20?
You did.
Oh, well, I didn't want to talk about that yet.
Okay.
I meant,
I don't even know the difference between any of them.
well, your AOI
I can remember that. Yeah.
was 21.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you if you're like feeling in tuned or self-aware. Was 21 more so of a year than those other years, or even 2020? I
don't know.
Like, I mean, did you feel differently your AOI year when you were just in there kicking ass all the time?
Yeah, for sure. I can't really describe it other than it makes it a lot easier when absolutely nothing goes wrong too. Like I couldn't do anything wrong.
In 23, you had some obstacles here this year.
Well, yeah, nothing crazy, but yeah, I just couldn't catch a break.
But were you fishing horrible or was it just bad breaks?
I felt like I was fishing pretty good until we went up north, but yeah, it was just some lost fish. I mean, everybody loses fish, but like I lost some that hurt a lot this year, and 2021 I couldn't have lost them if I tried.
Just everything stayed
bad. Yeah, everything was perfect.
So when you're feeling good, your fishing's better.
Yeah.
Does that stand true for
everybody? I think so. I don't know. I would say for everybody.
Like you get a guy like Matt Robertson. He says when it's chaos,
yeah, exactly,
he fishes better.
Yeah.
But when Seth Feider's smooth, you're fishing better.
I think so. Yeah.
And think, okay,
yeah,
I got you.
Teach his own.
What about a guy like Corey Johnston? Where's he fish better, smooth or with erratic?
He handles chaos pretty well.
Corey does.
He does. Like detrimental shit can happen, and he still seems to handle it well.
What about
he
Gussie?
Doesn't like quit. You know what I mean?
How's Gussie handle that?
Gussie doesn't seem like he has a lot of problems.
He's always in your 2021 mode, huh?
Yeah,
He's just Bassmaster Classic champ. You know what I mean?
He's like losing trolling motors off the front of his boat, still catching them. I'm just like Gussie has those problems.
Gussie was so cool up on the stage when he won, wasn't he?
Oh,
yeah, just like he was just really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, Gus. Hey, I mean, we got to talk about it, bud.
Yeah.
I mean, 24 is going to be a new year for bass fishing. Not only for you, as far as your psyche, but all of the elite series. I mean, this is the dawning of the Periscope, bud. This is the time of the forward-facing sonar. And I'm going to be honest with you, Bass Galaxy. I'm just about sick about it. I'm sick about talking about it. I just like bass fishing. That's what I do. I like bass fishing, and I'm tired of all the negativity and all the sparks and bullshit coming from it all. And as you say, catching fish fixes everything. So if they got to periscope them to catch them, you got to periscope them to catch them. Yeah. All right. What I have seen in my friends that are professional anglers that weren't really periscopers, they're becoming periscopers. For example, you.
Trying.
You are embracing it because you have to.
Yeah.
Is it a choice that you'd rather not do if you didn't have to?
I don't know yet. Well, I was missing it today. You know what I mean? It's one of them things, like, if you've never had it, then it doesn't bother you to have it. And we went offshore fishing today, and I'll pull up and make like 3 casts, and I'm just ready to leave because I can't see anything.
I was catching them without it.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't thinking about it.
Yeah. I mean, we would have caught a lot more.
Yeah. You would have caught a lot more.
Well, I could have told you where to cast. We both would have caught a lot more, but it was still fun. Yeah, so I don't even know where I'm at on it. I know I got to get a lot better at it. But I missed it today.
Yeah, I mean,
at the same time, my favorite way to fish is just turn everything off and
just go
fish grass, so stuff like that, docks and whatnot.
You and I have been calling it regular bassing and periscope.
Yeah.
So there's 2 types.
There's
regular bassing and there's periscope bassing.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
yeah. I mean,
the good news for me is that it doesn't take very long to get good at scoping. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Well, just like old school bass fishing takes like 20 years to get good at fishing.
Good point. Yeah.
Kids I know that didn't fish 2 years ago and are good scopers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
so the learning curve.
That's good for me, because I need to catch up.
Okay. What are you doing to make yourself a better scoper besides on the water?
Just forcing myself to scope.
On the water?
Yeah.
Are you reading about it a lot? Are you watching shit on it?
No, but I got a couple scoping buddies I talk to.
Okay.
A couple kids, yeah.
You told me today you're doing what the cool kids are doing.
Yeah.
As far as scoping.
Yeah.
Is that keeping up with the Joneses?
Yeah, I got some new baits and stuff.
Yeah.
But we're not going to talk about it.
I know we're not going to talk about the baits, but you told me that
it's a different style.
You're doing what the cool kids are doing.
Yeah.
Like, and that means the guys that are the scoping experts is what you're referring to.
One of my buddies, Alec Morrison, little New York kid from Champlain.
Alex, he was on the Straight Cast show. Yeah, on the Grassroots show. Yeah. Alex, he's
champion scoper.
He's a scoper, bud. He's a scoper. So is Garrett.
Yeah, I'd put him up there with Cody Huff and Koyo.
Yeah.
I mean, they're scopers. So.
That Brucey, pretty dang good.
Yeah.
Scoper, too. And by the way, while
everyone in the opens, you have to be.
Scopeaholics.
Well, like, for sure. I don't know about everybody in the top 10. I don't know them all, but I'd say at least 6 of them are straight up scopers.
Whole lot of scoping going on. By the way, good luck to everybody at the opens tomorrow.
Brucey.
Yeah. There's a bunch of horses in the race we got.
Oh yeah.
Oh, even Hackney's there. Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
He signed it. He's fishing the open.
I guess that's what he texted me.
I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie. I almost did it too.
Oh, you almost went down there.
Yeah.
Just to keep fresh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm more into fishing now than I have been.
I noticed that
in like probably a couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, you're really a bass fisherman again, aren't you?
Like, I've only been duck hunting twice this year.
Yeah, you got me up at like 3:30 in the morning yesterday.
Yeah. Long drive.
Before you'd been sleeping in a little.
Yeah. Well, that's back when fishing in Minnesota was easy.
Now you gotta
fight whenever you're there.
Now you gotta work for it, right?
You just pull up to a milfoil patch at noon and catch all you want.
Hey, oh, by the way, I gotta say thank you to Dayton for setting this whole. If like you could see this basement setup, we got a whole monitor and a a camera and all kinds of stuff. And yeah, she wrote that Dayton Feider engineering firm is now available for the Bass Galaxy. Thank you, Dayton. So I got to talk to you. I mean, I bring that in and there's Dayton. Obviously, Dayton is the huge part of the future of Seth Feider and the whole Feider compound that you have here, you beautiful daughters. And I ask you this, as far as the future of Seth Feider, and in two ways. What is your fondest dream for Seth Feider, the family man? And then what is your fondest dream for Seth Feider, the bassin man? Like your biggest dream, or
They're both the same.
Okay, go ahead.
I'd like to acquire enough money that I can move out of the city and have a nice little, I don't know, hobby farm, I guess you'd call it.
Okay.
Somewhere the girls can run around and have some critters and grow some stuff in the garden, and yeah.
Okay. I like
a
it.
Nice little
compound.
Yeah.
Just away from things.
You can let them run wild. Don't have to watch them like a hawk.
Yeah. You can shoot a gun out the back door if you want to.
Yeah, and take a piss on the back door.
Yeah. I mean, whatever you want to do.
That's my dream.
I like it. And I can't
hopefully merge together.
So in that home, tell me about some trophies. What are those trophies on the mantle? Future stuff. Remember Future Stewie? Remember Future Stewie in Family Guy? Yeah. So how do you see Future Seth in
I mean, there'd have to be a Bassmaster Classic trophy up there.
Okay.
Maybe another AOI. I don't know.
Yeah. You ever see yourself as a Hall of Famer?
Not yet. If I caught him good for another 10 years, I'd say yeah.
Okay. See yourself around bass fishing in 10 years?
I hope so.
Okay.
I'll tell you one thing. I bet you, I was doing the math and thinking, I bet you in like, oh, it sounds crazy, but in like 5 years, I think I might be the oldest guy in the Elite Series.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
In 5 years, so you did math in your head, and you went and actually figured this out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
not exactly.
Kind of, sort of.
I mean, I might not be the oldest guy, but I'll be an elder statesman.
Wow.
Well, look at it, dude.
Seasoned veteran.
Okay. All right. Already half our field's pretty young.
Yeah. All young.
Every year, we're like this year, we're getting 10, 25-year-old scopers. Next year, we're going to get 10, 25-year-old scopers. Next year, we're going to get, when you do that and these kids are coming in, like these kids ain't going to fail. Like, it's not like in the old days in the opens, like, when you get a group of 10, 3 or 4 of them ain't going to make it. They ain't going to be around. You know what I mean? Like these kids coming through the opens now, like those 10 are going to be there. Maybe one might not make it, but they're going to be there. And in 5 years, that's 50 of them. Plus, we already got 30 of them, 40 of them.
I see what now it makes sense
on a 100-boat field. Like,
now it makes sense.
I mean,
so they're going to be like
crazy how like, dude, your fishing prime went from 45, which I'm not to yet. I got 7 more years before I get there. To now, okay, so I worked my way up to
You've been thinking,
I'm almost in my prime, and now 2 years ago, your prime went from 45 to 25, and I just got lost in the middle. I don't know what happened. I was on my way to it, and then it just leapfrogged back past me. Now I'm just old. Yeah.
And you're going to have all kinds of guys coming up to you in the parking lot and stuff like, we've been watching you for 15 years now.
Yeah.
20 years.
Yeah.
Like you clung and stuff. Dude, that's nuts.
That's what I see it. I've seen it. It's the future.
So you missed that 25 to 45 swing.
Yeah, I did.
And will anybody ever do anything with this periscope, dude? Like, will there eventually be rules made against it? In your opinion?
I don't think so.
Nor do I.
I don't think that's good for the sport to
asterisk it.
Yeah, ban stuff. I think it just needs to keep progressing. The technology will keep getting better. The fish will get harder to catch. The guys that figure out how to catch them will succeed.
So why now? Well, obviously, it's the best technology that has ever existed for finding fish. But why was there never? Why was technology? Why did it always seem to be embraced until now? I mean, you don't remember
because of what it's like. I said, that guy that's been fishing for like, imagine your second year ever bass fishing. What were you doing? You were just going down the bank throwing a spinnerbait, right?
100% beating the bank.
Same.
Yeah.
Going down the bank throwing a spinnerbait.
Yes.
That's what you did your second year in bass fishing.
Yes, sir.
And now these, you know what I mean? They're all
50-pound bags.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So for that reason.
Yeah, the learning curve disappeared. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
But I mean, it was kind of the same way with the Alabama rig, you know? It didn't, at the time when it first came out, there wasn't, I mean, I don't even want, that doesn't even add up right, really. There's already an art to scoping, but like when the A-rig came out, you could just like throw it out in the middle of the lake and reel it straight back and you just catch big ones.
Okay.
And then, you know, a year or two into it, then it was like, oh, you had to be good at fishing an A-rig.
Right,
like
right.
a crankbait or like a spinner bait.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's, and I would say scope's already there, so that doesn't really add up. But, I don't know, it just seems like you can get really good at bass fishing with a scope where, like I said, in 2 years, you can be pretty good.
Okay. And I
don't think any other thing coming along has done that.
So side imaging, 360, paper graphs back in the day, flashers, none of that enhanced the learning curve where an angler could become a better bass fisherman.
Yeah, you weren't seeing it real time. You weren't like, oh, I moved my bait like this and he turned away. I moved my bait like this and he ate it. Like you're just like, oh, there's some rocks over there. Fish live on rocks. Throw over there. Might catch some, might not. You still have to know how to catch them.
What's the next step in technology as far as fish finders?
I don't know.
Like, could there actually be like you know,
I mean, there's
how
still
Gus is using the aqua view and stuff on. Like,
there's still some stuff that there's still some places they can hide from a scope, whether it's in heavy vegetation or in the bottom. Maybe something in the future will come that'll show those fish to us.
Interesting.
And then I think the range is going to get a lot better.
Like infrared predator.
Like I think eventually you'll be able to see them glued on the bottom, or you might even be able to see them in a mat.
Yikes.
I mean, I don't even know.
Could you imagine mat blasting with a scope?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying that maybe they could do something with a color balance or a density thing where you could see stuff in heavy cover tight to the bottom. But I think the range is going to get insane. I think it'll get to the point where you can't throw far enough.
Oh, so because they'll keep moving away from the deal.
Well, I think the thing will get so good that you'll be able to see them further than you can throw.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I mean, especially fish high up. There's already people doing that right now as we speak, you know.
Fish high up?
Like suspended fish.
Oh, okay. Closer to the top of the column.
Well, just not up off the bottom.
Gotcha.
You know, fish are more than 3 feet off the bottom. I mean, there's already technology to see those fish hundreds of feet away.
Yucks.
I mean, you still got to catch them. You still got to catch them. There's no doubt about that. But I think you can learn really quick watching fish react to your bait.
So is it a psychological factor where if let's say that you went to a tournament and it was all your electronics gave out. Are you mentally done? Are you just done? Like,
it's going to be a speed, depending on where we're at. I mean, it's going to be a speed bump, but I mean, I know what I would do if it happened.
You know what?
I know what I would do if it happened.
What would you do? Borrow a boat with electronics?
I mean, that's a good option. But like if it happened like during the day and you couldn't do anything about it, I would just go straight to the bank and do what I've always done.
Let's go. Will it be a time where there's like 2 different breeds of bassers? Like, will there be like, you know how there's like Jedis, and will there be like scopers and Jedis?
I mean, I think there already is, but I think anybody that's, I don't know if I can say that anymore. I would say I think anybody that's going to be really good would have to be able to do both. But I see people that are really, really good that just scope. You know what I mean?
That's it.
Like, yeah,
Scalpers.
like I'll bet money right now Koyo wins Angler of the Year next year.
You're betting money right now?
Yeah.
The Koya wins
He
Angler of
can
the Year.
scope
next
every
year.
derby. The only bad tournament he had last year was at the Sabine River when them were like that deep and you couldn't scope them.
Yeah, that's true.
He was
isn't
like
it?
hands down the best scoper.
What did he do that derp? Like, do you remember what happened that derp? What was Koya doing?
I have no idea. He had a bad. It was like one of his only tournaments where he wasn't in the top 10.
So
this year's schedule is set up for him to.
It's a scoper's delight.
Yeah, he'll go wild on him.
What do you think Bass the organization feels? Do you think that they feel, for a lack of a better term, weird about the whole periscoping thing? Like, are put in a place where it might make periscoping could make them feel uncomfortable in any way?
I don't know how.
Yeah, because, well, for example, let me say it this way. That might not have made sense. Other leagues were having talks of banning scoping. And so if one league banned a scoping, would that make that league any better than another league?
I don't think so. No.
Gotcha. Yeah, and I think if you don't embrace the technology, no matter what it is, that we might just be watching black and white TVs forever.
I guess. I'm all for it.
Seth, are you all for 2024? Are you ready to kick ass in 2024?
I'm a scoper now.
Are you a scoper, bud? Are you ready to smash it?
Yeah.
You know, well, speaking of smash, we have a little segment here tonight, and it's called Questions from the Omnia Hat. Now, some of your closest friends have sent me in questions here from this Omnia Hat. And you see, I crumpled up the papers here. And I'm going to put this deal right here. OmniaFishing.com.
Yeah.
By the way, Shop by Lake. Seth Feider is an employee there.
Yeah.
You help him every
Check
time.
it out. Yeah.
Every time you shop there.
Thanks, boys.
And I'm going to read some questions. I hope you're ready for this, Pascal team. By the way, keep loading the questions. I'm getting them here. We got bunches of them. Your questions are coming up. Look at that. Popping in. All right. Here's the first one. This one is from, he's a great snow panther, and his name is Jerry Gusterson. Jerry Gusterson. Gustaverson? Jerry Great Snow Panther?
Son of Gustav?
Son of Gustav. It could be him. He has 3 questions for you.
Really?
Yeah, he's got 3.
Yeah,
okay.
Like
so the let's see here. Have you ever harvested a mature ruffed grouse?
I have.
You have harvested a mature ruffed
I
grouse.
have, but, yeah.
What does that even mean?
Shot a grouse.
Why does he want to know that?
I don't know. I mean, I guess maybe he knows more than I do. I mean, I understand like young ones versus adults, but I don't know about the maturity level on that. Maybe there's a way to tell. Maybe it's something in the feathers. I don't know. I just shoot them and eat them.
If your daughters were to marry into one family, or had 2 families to choose from to marry into, one was the Tim Horton family, the other was the Boyd Duckett family, which family would you choose for your daughters?
I don't. Oh, does he mean?
Yeah, like so they're
bass fishing Tim Horton or the Canadian coffee store?
I am gonna have to assume
it's the Canadian coffee
store.
Oh,
the Canadian coffee store, Tim Horton,
Hortons.
or Boyd Duckett, the fisherman.
Yeah.
Okay. So would you rather your daughters, you of course want them into the Canadian franchise?
I would. That's an obvious, easy choice.
Yeah. I don't think that's what he meant.
Yeah, I don't think it is either. He was picking Timmy Hortons or
Our boy Duckett's family. They would now be your kin.
I don't like either one, but I guess it'd have to be Timmy Hortons.
Yeah,
because
Timmy's fine.
yeah,
Timmy's fine.
yeah, he's fine. He's fine. Yes, but he's fine wherever he's at.
Would you rather smallmouth fish against Koya or Takumi? One-on-one tournament.
Like, okay,
One-on-one tournament.
hate to say it, but I guess I'd rather smallmouth fish against Takumi.
He's a king, too. And that's just because of Fujita's.
Koyo's he's on another level, dude. Like, I don't think anyone realizes how good he is at scoping. Like, all with my buddies like Pete and stuff, like, oh, don't you want to get the turn thing where you can be on spot lock and still see your live scope? Like, and I'm trying to like get as good as Koyo, which will probably never happen, but it's like all these things, like, I'm like, he already has him in the boat, dude. Before you get spot lock, he's already reeling that thing in, dude. I got to fish by him a little bit at Champlain, and he literally either had his trolling motor on 100 or he was reeling in a smallmouth. That's all he does. Everybody's like, oh, this, that. Like, no, he already caught it. Like,
so Gusty,
he goes right to it and he catches it.
Gusty told me that you caught 4 and he caught 30 in front of you.
Yeah.
That's real.
Oh, 100%.
Wow.
100%.
He's that good.
Yeah.
At scoping.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yes. And like I think when he was on 100, he was like driving by little ones. And I was just throwing at everything I saw. I'm not going to lie. I don't know no better.
Oh, this is a good one. Let's and thank you very much.
Good question.
Yeah, very good. 3 of them. This is from Dark Mona. He's from Michigan. Yeah, this guy's from Michigan. With having so many females in one house.
We got another one too.
It's a 4-to-1 ratio.
More than
that. Oh yeah, with the pups too. Now it's 6-to-1. You're done. So Dark Mona says, with having so many females in one household, please close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Good.
And what is your vision of that home in 13 years from now?
Oh my God.
The vision of the Feider household.
Yeah.
In 13 years.
One of the girls is locked in a room. I don't know. Probably watching like YouTube or something, and then the other 2 are screaming at the top of their lungs, fighting over some dress, and everyone's just yelling, and the dogs are barking, and I gotta go fishing.
You gotta go fishing.
Yeah.
There you go, Dark Mona. That is the Feider household.
And that yelling's all real high, like everything's real high pitch in there, you know.
Super squeaky.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is this is from Lyle Mildreth.
Okay. Oh boy. I'm afraid of this one.
He says here, he's seen you miss just about every species during a hunt.
Okay.
Is that accurate?
I mean, I've definitely missed dogs.
Okay.
I've definitely missed geese. I've missed a turkey with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
He says he does know that you're a better shooter than Maddie Missum Robertson. But, here's the but. Ready? Who would miss more after 6 white Russians and 2 strips of raw sharp tail? You or Maddie? 2 strips of raw sharp tail and 6 white Russians. Who's more of a misser? You or Maddie?
I'm trying to factor in the...
Oh, P.S. Lyle says he loves blade baits.
Okay. I'm trying to factor in the sharp tail into the equation.
What exactly is sharp tail? Like
it's a grouse. Well, they call them a grouse.
And you eat them raw?
It happened. They're recommended to be cooked.
It happened.
Yeah.
Did you bite the head off like Ozzy?
Okay.
Did it bat?
See where I'm going with this? Like, I think on the White Russians, I would be ahead because Maddie always does too much, and he would like order doubles the whole time.
Okay.
So he's like shit-faced drunk. But I think after we eat the raw sharp tail, like he's really good at like just making himself throw up outside of a car and then just like keep moving. It's usually never has anything to do with liquor. So like something he eats. I think
that's a talent.
Yeah. And I think I'd be sitting on it rotten, you know, I'd just be curled up in bed with like bad stomach. So I think Matt would win after that.
Matt would win after
like,
the 6 White Russians.
The liquor, I'd beat him, but when you add the sharp tail, I think he'd make himself throw up, and then he wouldn't be as drunk and wouldn't feel
just
so
go blasted.
Yeah, I think he beat me.
So Matt would win. There you go, Lyle Mildreth. Yeah. On him is the better shot.
I think so.
Okay. Moving right along. How you liking the questions from your friends?
Good.
All right, let's see here. Oh, this one is from Tristan Groland. Tris Grohl.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. If you saw Boyd Duckett and Jacob Wheeler stranded on the side of the road in an unsafe predicament, and you were forced to help one of them, which one of them would you help?
How am I forced?
I don't know. You're forced, according to this guy. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe
like
maybe God said.
I think I could not help either one of them.
Well, apparently, according to this, we'll play the question. So you were forced by the hand of God. Apparently, he came down. Ray Scott appeared to you. Ray Scott appeared to you in a vision.
I think if I talked to Ray Scott, he would he already knows. Like Ray Scott won't help either one of them. Well, I mean,
Chris Drolan, there's your answer.
I mean, yeah.
Feider's leaving.
Yeah, man, you can't make me.
Feider's leaving.
You can't make me. They can help each other. There's 2 of them. They're grown men. I mean, what the hell? There's nothing they can't do together. If you know what I mean. That one's for Mark.
That's like that pretzel and Auntie Annie stuff getting all folded.
Yeah.
Hey, this one is from Handy Vammer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's from Handy Vammer. Yeah. This one said, this one says, who is your favorite non-pro angler?
My favorite non-pro angler.
Yeah.
Who also shoots YouTube videos for pro anglers?
Yeah.
Vandy the Hammer.
It's Handy Vammer. Yeah, he's your favorite non-pro YouTube. Yeah, that's him, of course. And he also asked if you could smoke a cig with any fictional movie character, who would it be? I like this question.
This is a great question.
Yeah, any fictional movie character you could smoke a cig with. Go outside and burn a dart. Who's it going to be? Wow.
I mean, there's
you're really thinking.
I know.
Well, you speak the most Italian.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't know.
Well, come on, man. Who you want? Is a movie character you want to go burn a stove with? You have to smoke.
I don't know why.
Yeah, of course. There's no
Samuel and Jules and Pulp Fiction.
Yeah,
I just want to be in that old Lincoln with them in like a dirty back seat.
Yes,
smoking a cigarette in that car,
just cruising.
Yeah, we even did some shit when we was going.
Samuel L. Jackson and John Travolta and Seth Feider.
Yeah,
just burning darts and cruising down.
Yeah.
And then you accidentally run into that guy that messed with Bruce Willis. You hit him with your car. Yeah, that's the best. That's a good answer. Handy Vammer. He did that one. He did.
So good. If I thought about it more, I'd probably come up with a better one.
But that is a very good answer.
Pop in my head right now.
No, that's what it is. This one is from Clayton Schneider.
Okay.
Yeah, and she wants to know, when are you gonna freaking cut the lawn?
What am I gonna cut?
Yeah, when are you gonna cut the lawn? She
I
wants
don't
to
think
know.
I'm gonna hedge my bets on it'll be covered in snow in a month, and it's like a good winter height, you know. Like you don't want to cut it real low right before it gets really cold. It's definitely a little long, but I don't feel like it's gonna grow anymore. Like we're frosting at night, so I think I can kind of leave it to where it's at right now.
Your father says you're the worst lawn cutter.
I am not the worst lawn cutter, but his standards are hard to live up to. Maybe I am the worst lawn cutter. I don't know.
Your line's all crooked, and you know.
I mean, I don't know. Pedro let me mow the grass one time when I was like 10 years old, and it wasn't up to his standards, and then I never mowed like my parents' grass ever again.
Pedro, he did it on purpose, just so he'd never have to cut again.
I don't think I did. I think I tried hard, but he's into his yard.
Oh, okay. This one is from Randon Speluniak.
Okay.
Randon Speluniak. And oh, go figure. He says, is Vandy Hammer your spirit animal? And could you have both been born from the same spirit animal? And if so, what is the animal?
We could be kin. Vandy Hammer is definitely not my spirit animal. We could be kin for sure.
Could you maybe have come from the same spirit animal? Is that what the vibe Brandon's feeling?
Yeah, very possible.
What is that? Of wolf and man? Like, what is
probably wolf, pretty nomadic, both of us. I mean, I would say that's probably it.
Yeah,
my spirit animal.
I see you boys being born of wolf.
He's got a maybe coyote, you know.
No coyote in you too. You're both a little scrawny.
I feel like I got some coyote.
Super, especially when you get wet, after you jump in the pool, you're both real scrawny. Yeah.
I'd say yeah.
I think so. Okay.
Both got a little coyote.
All right, there you go. There you go, Randon Polaniak. Okay. So we're moving right along. All right. This one is from Rory Wanston.
Okay.
Rory Wanston.
Sounds Asian.
Yeah. He's Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah. He's a smallmouth guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah.
He's on power pull team with us.
Yeah.
He are you and Maddie gonna quit being little schoolgirls? And when are you both gonna quit being cat emojis and kiss and make up?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I don't know when it's gonna happen though.
Okay.
It will happen.
I agree. I think so. What think you guys think? Yeah. So Rory, to answer your question, they're gonna quit being cat emojis eventually. All right. Sooner or later. Yeah. All right. We'll take that for a very good question too. He don't
have a set date.
Yeah. He don't. You guys haven't set a date yet. Okay. I got you. He don't. That was what was on his mind. You see that? That was what was on your guys' friend's mind. Yeah. All right. Of all these people, and that was the question that Rory Johnston said. You see that? He loves you guys. He loves you guys. Anyway. Okay. This one is from Portugal. Peter Presper Rodriguez.
Okay.
Portugal Peter Presper Rodriguez. Okay.
New nickname. Yeah. He's got a lot of them, man. He's got a lot of them. Portugal Pete.
Portugal Pete Presper Rodriguez. He works at Omnia.
Pretty lucky. That might transfer into Pedro. Then we're gonna have two Pedros.
Yeah, that's double Pedros is tough. It really kind of is. If you forced, the people are forcing you. You are being forced here.
All right.
If you were forced, it seems to be a recurring theme here. Okay.
Everyone wants to rape me. I'm like,
he's being taken advantage of.
It's real rapey vibes.
They're forcing him to do stuff. Just say no. There's no.
You can't make me.
Him too. If you were forced to fish the MLF format,
I've done it.
Okay. How do you think you would do, and how would you approach it differently than the proper derb format? Portugal Pete Presby or Rodriguez from Omnia wants to know.
I would take all my flipping sticks, throw them away, and have right 3 or 4 spinning poles. Would be a drop shot, a Ned rig / shaky head, whatever, same thing, and a wacky worm.
And a wacky one. And that's it.
Well, that's it. I mean, the name of the game changed.
Would you hold your mouth different when you were fishing? There you go, Portugal Pete Presbyora from Portugal.
Presbyora spinning balls, throw everything cool away. Just go catch things.
Just go MLF.
Yeah, I'm in.
But now they're scoping numbers.
Yeah,
scoping numbers.
Yeah, maybe.
This just in: BASS changes to MLF format 2020. Fake news.
That's fake news.
That's
That's
fake
the same
news.
question.
That's not fake.
Okay.
That's not bullshit. Oh, this one is from Mr. William Apostle. Yeah, he's a guitar player.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
He's a guitar player who plays a guitar with strings, and his name's William. Some people call him Billy.
Yeah.
You know Bill.
I get it.
Yeah, he's your bud. He says, and this is a very appropriate question for Mr. Strings. I mean, Mr. Apostle. He says, if you are were a strain of grass besides MILF, what strain of grass would you be? That's from William.
Yeah, that's a great question.
It's if you were besides MILF,
There's a lot of good.
What strain of grass would you be?
No, it'd kind of be fun to be a hyacinth.
To be a hyacinth.
I mean, you move. You know what I mean? You could see the world.
Okay.
The lake or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you're pretty mobile. Like you'd be on the North Bank one day, South Bank the other day. You know what I mean? Hydrill would be a good option.
We'll pick one. I mean,
I think I'm going with the mobile effect of hyacinth.
Hyacinth's a nice vegetation to look at as well.
Yeah. And maybe I don't know what they're called. Maybe I'd be them little fuzzy ones.
Like with the
little, like you got the dark green shiny hyacinth. Then there's like the little light green fuzzy hyacinth.
Yes, they trap the water. It looks like they got little bubbles on them and stuff sometimes.
Yeah, maybe I'd be one of them.
Okay, I got you. So a subspecies.
Well, yeah,
it's a hybrid.
Yeah,
it's for daytime and nighttime.
Yeah.
I get it. I get it. Okay, excellent. And look, hey, I think this is the last one.
Okay,
good answer. This one is from Lon Cox.
Okay.
Lon Cox. And he said, Lonnie Cox.
Yeah.
He says, in your closest circle of friends, which friend usually stands in the middle? In your circle of friends, which friend is in the middle? What does that even mean?
Doesn't sound good.
Who's in the middle of the circle? All your friends.
It would have to be that.
That's
I don't know who else it could be. I mean, if I'm reading that right, I don't know what I'm reading, but I don't think anybody else would get in the middle.
Okay. He is the most adventurous. There is no doubt of all of our friends. And Seth, that is questions from the Omnia hat. Thank you to all of Seth's friends
Those are all good
who set that in. Outstanding. Outstanding. All right. So I think now let's just keep moving it. You want to do it?
Yeah.
Now it's the time. You've been wanting to do this. So you've been wanting questions from your peeps. You are the people's champion. Undisputed people's champion. You're going to field questions. Doesn't freaking matter what it is.
Yeah.
Seth Feider's going to answer it, and we're going to hear it here.
Yeah.
I don't. All right. So, Howard, I got a bunch of stuff sent in. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Look who just sent me a question for you. Before we move on.
The Dickie Dunn?
No, it's Lenny Strower. Yeah.
Really?
Lenny Strower.
Oh, Lenny.
Yeah, Lenny's from Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Bassmaster.
He's in Texas.
He's in Texas now. Yeah, he's from Nebraska. Yes, I'm sorry, from Nebraska. He's
from
in
Nebraska. That's why.
Yeah, and him and Milliken. Yeah, He's a brown amber jig guy. You know, Lanny.
Yeah.
And he says, let's see. Let me get to this. He says he realizes that smallmouth really don't count.
Wayne realizes that, or I realize that.
With that being said, what's your biggest largemouth ever?
13 pounds, 4 ounces.
13.4.
Yeah.
Biggest one you ever had on. Did you ever have one on bigger? That was it. You landed the biggest bucket that ever hit.
No doubt.
Danny Brower loves bucket hits, don't
he? Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. Thanks, Uncle Dan. Sent it in right now.
Yeah.
That's freaking. He loves you.
Yeah.
You see that? That's outstanding. All right, let's load them up here. These are a couple that were sent in. I'm going to start here. And we're just let's rapid fire this. You know what I mean? Let's because we got a bunch building up.
I'll explain if I need to.
Okay, yeah, no, I get you. I mean, your show, bud. I get it. But we got them coming. All right. So this one is from Mark Garner, and he was in an airport in Poland.
Really?
Yeah, when he sent this question in here. He said, how do you like being called the llama? And if you could choose another nickname, what would it be?
I mean,
good question, Mark.
Fitting. I feel like I resemble one
a
little bit.
Yeah.
That's probably why Zona started calling me that.
For sure.
Why he made up some story that didn't make any sense.
Yeah, go figure.
He probably thought I looked like a llama. He's like, watch him, I get everybody to call him a llama. And then
he's like, watch this, Karen.
Yeah. Yeah. That's probably exactly what happened. I mean, I don't hate it. I think it's a fair nickname, you know?
Okay.
I don't want to give myself too good of a nickname like Killer Whale or something. You know, I don't quite live up to that. I feel like I'm on pace with the llama.
Great watch, sharp.
Yeah, I feel like I'm on pace.
Right on pace with the llama. Excellent question. This one is from Chicago. Hee-haw is his name. He says, when is Outcast going to make more chicken jigs?
I mean, they make them. They just sell out as soon as we get them. So, luckily, it's getting away from chicken season. So I'm assuming there's going to be I mean, are they on? Maybe go to Omnia right now. We might have them.
Okay.
If not, they sell out really quick.
This guy loves
when they come, buy them up.
These guys love the Seth Feider chicken.
Yeah,
apparently.
If you really want to know, this is going to be as sales pitch at things I ever do in my life. If you go to OmniaFishing.com and like follow Outcast Tackle, they'll like they do a thing where they notify when stuff comes in, and then you can
there it is.
Buy them all up when they come.
OmniaFishing.com, notify me when product arrives. Yeah. Easy enough. There it is. Cool. Cool question. Fair enough. This one is from Mike Ramus. Wants to know your favorite saltwater species.
Favorite saltwater species? I haven't caught very many. I've caught trout, redfish, some sharks. So I really got, I would say out of the three, the redfish were probably the closest.
Because of the pole.
Yeah, and then like I'm catching them bass. I caught most of them bass. Most of the ones I've caught, I caught bass fishing like Sabine River, like pitching around a little craw or whatever.
You ain't never jack no snooks or tarpons?
I did. Actually, I did take that back. I went with Jeff Page. He's a power pole guy.
Yeah.
I went and skipped a white jig in mangroves for snook.
Oh, that's right. You were using the Outcast jig too.
Dude,
yeah.
20-pound line. Don't cut it in that stuff. It was cool, dude. I'd skip it under there. It's everything I wanted it to be. I'd be in Alabama shaking a jig in the mangroves and make snook.
Nice.
Everyone, dude, I had like 10 bites. I think I caught 2 of them. I broke everything.
It felt real good for me.
Yeah. The first one I got in the boat, no problem. And then the other thing, I think they're gill rakers for cutting my line. Like, I don't know what.
Dude, I've had my hand sliced by those.
Yeah, like 20-pound ain't enough for that.
No way.
But I take that back. That might be my favorite.
Snooks are amazing.
I totally forgot about that because I like didn't hardly catch any of them. I think I caught maybe 1 or 2 that day.
50-pound fluoro leaders next time. That's what you need for the snugs. This one is from Ryan Popcorn Whitaker.
Okay.
And he wants to know not 1, not 2, but the 3 most difficult foods to eat with a mustache. The 3 most
Okay,
difficult
I
foods
got
to
'em.
eat with a mustache.
And it might not be a food. Drinking beer out of a glass.
Beer
like
out of a glass.
foamy beer, like a tap beer out of a glass. I always get bottled beer.
Okay.
Just because foam every
You
time.
and Shaw Grigsby.
Like ice cream's a problem. Anything you gotta like,
Like a big cone.
A big cone if you're biting it. I mean, you can lick around it or whatever.
It gets awkward.
There was something else in my mustache the other day. I'm trying to
Was it a family of birds?
I don't think so. What was it? It's usually some kind of it's usually liquidy stuff. I'm trying to think what it was. For sure, beer and ice cream are the 2 words.
Beer and ice cream.
Yeah.
Don't tackle it. Don't tackle it. Excellent. All right, popcorn. Heck yeah.
That was a great question, by the way.
It really was.
Things I didn't know before I had them. Like
Things you learn as you go.
Yeah.
John Broadbent wants to know why you don't use a pistol grip rod when you're a proper bassin man.
I'm a late generation proper bassin man. I didn't grow up on the pistol.
Okay.
Like when I grew up, it was all 6'6", 7 foot.
Gotcha.
So I guess they're just a little before my time.
Questions are just flying in.
Yeah.
So it's a
little before my time. I'm like,
would you be opposed? Like if you were on a nice little spinnerbait bite or something, like is it a functional tool in bass fishing anymore? Let's say a 6-foot pistol grip rod. I saw Hank Parker throwing it the other day and was handling 5 pounders.
Maybe in a situation where you're on like a flooded lake and you're like not just going down the edge of bushes flipping, like if you were up in the woods fishing,
little rolls,
I could see something like that.
Okay.
Still having a place.
That's where I would play. Okay, I got you. And good question, John.
Yeah.
Big fan of the pistol.
Yeah.
In fact, we had a few with us.
Catching a few on them, but
we have them with us. We had them with us. We just didn't kind of run into enough to get it. Paul Garrett would like to know when this is a question for Pedro, I guess, though. But when is Pedro going to market the rocks? It's a lucky pocket.
There's been talks.
Interesting. Okay, so Paul Garrett, there has been talks of Pedro Feider marketing the lucky pocket rock, and if you haven't liked or shared the live Facebook feed, you can win one tonight.
Yeah,
if you haven't done so already, coming up at the end of the show. This guy, familiar to both of us, one of my heroes, Slick Rick Olsby, your godpappy.
Yeah.
He says, when we going bathing?
Maybe this fall. I can't tell.
Maybe.
Sure. I took him fishing not that long ago.
Okay, well,
I guess it was this summer, but I should get him out.
Yeah, take him out fishing.
Yeah.
He's sending a damn question for crying out loud. You got to take your godfather fishing.
Yeah.
You got
We'll do a little fall smalley deal.
Oh, this one's from Todd Hess.
Okay.
Yeah. He says, who is the original Choder? Who is the original? Choder's the original. And who's Choder?
Brad Leitner.
Brad Leitner, host of Into the Great Wide Open with Jamie Bruce. Why is his name Choder?
He called everyone.
Ronnie Moore is not allowed to call him that.
He called everyone Choder, and then I just started calling him Choder.
Well, when he calls you, he goes, "What's up, Choder?" So aren't you Choder?
Yeah, but he called everyone Choder.
Oh.
And then I turned it back on him and called him Choder. But he'd called me Choder before that, I guess. But he called everyone that. It was just like a...
So people just started calling him...
some people use like names like, oh, there's a Jeff or a Bob. I don't know, like some weird stuff. He'd call everybody a Choder. Like, look at this Choder. Hey, Choder, look at this Choder.
So in turn, he ultimately became the ultimate Choder.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's that self-aware thing you're talking about. I don't even know. Maybe me.
It could be you.
I thought it was him. I don't know.
The legend of the Choder. Yeah. That's amazing. Great question, Todd, by the way. Ethan Parks, he's a young angler.
Okay.
Looking to break into things in the whole derb scene, fishing some derbs out there now. Ethan Parks says, Seth, how can I improve my pre-fishing?
See, I don't know what he's doing right now. I would say cover more water.
Cover more water.
Yeah.
As much water as possible. Don't spend too much time in one place.
More lightly sample areas than lock in, you know.
Do you know the biggest
But
mistake?
not too much at the same time. Like you got to pick, depending on how big the lake is, you got to pick a zone to some extent for at least a couple days.
Learn it
to an extent. I mean, a zone might be like when we went to St. Clair this year.
Yeah,
like Canada was my zone.
Okay,
I mean, that's half the lake. That's
yeah,
a big zone.
It's a giant zone.
It's all relative, you know. Some lakes you go to, I'll take an arm, or you know.
Would you agree with this? In weekend angling, as well as high school angling, as well as college angling, as well as local, what you want to call them, beer league, derbs, whatever, when people are practicing, one of the biggest mistakes they make is sticking fish.
Absolutely.
I see it all the time.
Yeah. Especially like I see it a lot in like the club level. I can't speak on the high school, college stuff. I haven't fished it, but like in the lower club levels, like the guys got their spots. You know what I mean? Like when they go to a lake, they're gonna fish the same few spots, regardless.
Sure.
Like those are their holes.
That's what they run. It's the milk run.
And like and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, why would you go there and even make a cast before the tournament if you already know you're gonna go there?
Yeah, it doesn't.
Like you just go there.
Go and fish it. Don't.
It's different if
jack
you're
'em.
just like looking for something new, but I see it a lot. Like, and I was guilty of it too when I started out. You know,
Sure, because we just want to catch fish.
Yeah, I was like when
on your days out.
The first year I started fishing the Denny's, I fished with this guy Brad Longerbone, and like every spring tournament, there was like this one tiny little, we'll call it a rock pile, little hard spot in the grass. I knew about it, and I'd pull up there and check it in practice. I'd throw in there a wiggle ward and catch a 4-pounder every time. And I'm like, we got to go here. I got a 4-pounder there. And like, we did that 2 or 3 spring tournaments and never caught one. And it was finally just like, you know, maybe we should just go there and not practice it. I think it was kind of like one fish spot. Yeah. I was like,
oh, well, there it is. Don't stay.
Yeah, I drug him there about 3 different times and we didn't catch one. So yeah.
Now we said any question goes. Yeah. So we're asking everything here tonight. Oh my gosh, they're just flying in here. Yes. Okay. So this is from the Fish or Die Bait Company, and they sent this in. And they're buttering you up here.
Yeah, they're having some good stickers this year.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Council.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, yeah, I know exactly what that is. I do know now that you say that. Okay.
Rather than that.
Yes, I like that sticker. So Fish or Die Bait Company said, how much money would it take to get you or a like-minded stud with blue collar genetics? They're working you up here, bud. To bring a small bait company like us to the forefront? Wow, that's a direct question. How much money?
I mean, what
would it take?
It would, in order for me to do that, I would need a bunch of ownership, and then it depends. I mean, ownership can outweigh what you're getting paid for it. But it I mean, what did you mean by bring to the forefront?
I don't know. I mean, make up
like some big deals. I would, if I got into something like that, I would want some ownership of it more so than like a cash dollar amount.
Okay. Oh, so there you go.
I'm gonna blow it up. I go, yeah.
And great answer. Fish or Die Bait Company. Seth Feider has got to be part owner.
I need 51% of your company. Just kidding.
Yeah, he means 62. Contact his agent Dayton Feider after this show. And okay, that's what I got. Let me just make sure. I don't want to leave anybody out. I know people took some time. That's it. All right, man. Here we go. Now we're turning it over to the chat board. And the questions, J.R. Ewing, Rock and Show Fantasy, he's working the chat board there on the book face. And oh, wait. Is it Pete Feider's asking a question? That's your dad.
Okay.
All right, so let's get, he is your dad. That's I didn't open this text. I'm just going raw dog here.
Right.
Going raw dog. Open it right up.
It's gonna be about mowing the grass.
It could be about Mo. He's a horrible.
Something I did terrible when I was 12 years old.
Yeah, he still remembers. Here's the question for Seth.
Shoveling it.
is he going to go for breakfast with us in the morning at an undisclosed location? Pedro, I got to go to Omnia first. Like, hey, I'm not, but we'll get together after that or something. Yeah, at an undisclosed location. Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Probably that place I like. What's that place I like? That has the good, what's the name? They don't have them by me. Perkins's. Perkins's. Yes, one of those. But yeah, I hope he comes. I'm going to have his new boat. He's going to have to come find me if he wants his new boat. Okay, that's from Pedro. Let's get on with this now. All right, Rock and Shoal Fantasy. Yikes. Look at all this. Oh, this actually, I got to send this in. This is from, bring this one up. This is from Austin Olsby.
Okay.
Yeah, you know Austin. That's Slick Rick's grandson.
Yeah.
And let me tell you something how cool Slick Rick is. He's Seth's godfather, if you didn't previously hear. And Seth brought him to a sneak spot fishing. Pretty undisclosed. I mean, Seth and I were there today, and we smashed. But so Slick Rick is such a proper bassin man. That's Seth's godfather. His grandson Austin asked him, "Hey, where did Seth take you fishing?" He wouldn't tell him. He wouldn't tell his own grandson.
That's how you know he's proper.
That's how you know he's a proper bassin man right there. Austin wants to know if Choder wins the Classic before Seth. What would you think about that?
I'd be happy. He's my buddy.
I would too. Yeah. I would be too. Yeah, because I know you're still winning. That's great. Of course, Austin. Yeah, you'd be happy too, Austin. You know it. All right, here we go. We're really getting onto it now. We're really getting, they're just flying in. I got to go way back in the track here. Okay. This is from Joseph Sharp. He doesn't know this answer to this, I guess, but what brand of cigarettes do you smoke, and have you ever vaped or considered vaping? Laughing emoji.
I've tried vaping. It didn't do it for me. It didn't make me not want to smoke. And this is a misconstrued thing. 'Cause I've had several people like buy me cigarettes and bring them to me at tournaments and boat ramps. Not that I asked for it; they just do it. It seems like everyone brings me Marlboro Reds. I do Marlboro Lights. I mean, whatever. I'll smoke either or, but yeah, Marlboro Lights, short box.
Okay.
But yeah, it seems like every time someone just randomly brings me a pack of cigarettes, it's always Marlboro Reds. So, I don't know.
You don't object.
Maybe it's just because I look like a piece of shit. I don't know.
You look great in your new truck, though. Bringing your daughter to school.
Oh, yeah.
Thought you said you had a Hemi.
Not anymore.
This one is from Jackie, and he wants to know what it's like growing up with one of the coolest MFers on the planet as a dad.
Pedro?
Yeah.
It's good, man. He took me fishing and hunting a lot when I was young. He was a stern father. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I mean, I yelled it a bit, but it was like when I was in those years, you know, 16.
You deserved it.
16-year-old.
You deserved it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You deserved it
for sure.
Yeah.
Being a hooligan.
This one's from Rob Grigsby.
Okay.
Yeah, spelled just like Shaw and Chad, but different. How does Seth feel about all the Periscope fighting going on the internet? All the fighting going on.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
You over it?
Well, it's stupid. I don't get it. I mean, anybody. I mean, yeah. I am over it. Like,
I am too.
We already talked about it more on here than I'd like to. Like,
Me
I'm not
too.
against it.
I'm asking everything.
Get better at it.
Nothing censored.
That's my opinion on it.
Brad Leitner wants to know, what's up, boys?
What's up,
What's up, Choder? How you doing?
We got a derb tomorrow.
We got derb.
Go to bed.
What the heck, man? Catch him. Billy Bond. Billy Bond. If you were
Barry's brother?
I guess so.
Was it James?
It's James. Okay. With this question, it's James.
Okay.
Yeah. If you were a rabid dog, who
like
wants
this already?
I know.
Yeah.
Who on the Elite Series would be the first person you would bite in the ass? Billy Bond wants to know if you were a rabid dog, who'd be the first elite competitor you bite in the ass?
If you're a rabid dog, I feel like it would just be the first person you saw.
Okay, first person you saw.
But I get where his question's going. He wants to know who I dislike most on the Elite Series.
Old Bond. Old Billy Bonds.
Who do I dislike the most on the Elite Series? Like most all the ones I don't like are gone.
Questions.
I mean, who's a scoundrel?
How many times did we say questions tonight?
I'm trying to think. The biggest scoundrel. Why can't I think?
You're gonna bite somebody in the ass. Apparently, Billy Bonds wants you to. You're a rabid dog, dude. You want to come back to that?
I know we got some scoundrels, a couple. I'm trying to think. Well, I think I like my friends. I can't.
Well, then skip it. Come back to it.
No, we're answering them all.
Okay.
Well, I got a bunch of answers popping in my head. They all fish MLF.
This is really a hard question, Billy.
It is. I know.
Rabid dogs, like
we got rid of all our scoundrels pretty much. I'm trying to think. Who's just a weasel? I almost need a roster list. I had it all figured out. And like the only thing that's popping in my head isn't he's even really a scoundrel anymore. He's changed his ways, so I don't want to burn him.
Oh, okay.
I'm just gonna say all the 10 dudes that qualified through the opens. We'll bite them.
Bite him right in the ass. Nip him in the butt. Just go rabid on him. Get him out of the way. Give him rabies. First event of the year. Okay, that's a good answer.
Yeah.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Billy Bonds, I hope you're happy with that one. He thought about it a long time.
He's not, but we got to move on.
Dylan Hignite wants to know if there's any sponsorship that you would like to pair with. Pick one. That you aren't already. Yeah, you're not already with. Yeah.
Maybe Benelli or something like that.
Okay. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Okay.
My fishing base is pretty well covered.
So nice hunting.
Yeah.
Benelli makes fine stuff.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, absolutely. You're bougie hunter.
I'm not that bougie. I'm not over under bougie, but
you have fancy turkey vests.
I regret that.
All right, Derek Bendisky. Derek Bendisky says, "What's Seth think of the shameful performance of the Vikings thus far this season?"
Yeah. Now I never had high hopes to begin with for the Vikings. I'm not like surprised by anything that's happened. At this point, since the Bears have already won a game and we play them twice still this year, I think if we lose every game the rest of the year, we could probably get a really good draft pick.
So that's your
maybe
optimistic
a quarterback.
That's your optimistic.
I was never even like any Vikings fans aren't like some of those teams where they think they're going to win the Super Bowl every year. That was never really an option, but just be nice to beat Green Bay a couple times or once, or that's about it.
So the draft is your.
But honestly, at this point in the season, I mean, they're not as bad as their record is. They're 1-4, but they honestly could have won all 4 of those games, or 5. Yeah, they suck.
Let's go 24.
Yeah, let's get a good pick. Let's replace Cousins, even though we need an all-line, which, yeah, it's not, whatever. Okay.
Go on and on. Yeah. All right, so this is from Zach Hebert, and he says, this question can't hang with the rest. My question for Seth is, what species of duck or goose is most wanted on his hit list? Also, what different state does he want to make a hunt in? If it's Louisiana, he knows a guy.
Okay.
Yeah. That's Zachary Hebert.
Biggest thing on the hit list. I mean, with the exception of any like crazy oddball hybrid. I would like to kill a nice widgeon for the wall.
Oh, widgeon.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I don't even know what that is, but
it's not that.
Is
rare.
that Widgeon's Bible?
It's not that rare of a duck.
Is that Jesse's son's name?
I've never
from
shot a really pretty one. They're all kind of a little bit west of us.
So you want to shoot a Western widgeon?
Well, they shoot them here. I just haven't.
Okay, there it is. That's a good question.
It's not like a super rare duck. I think they're pretty.
But that's a good question.
Yeah.
Oh, I lost my place. Uno momento.
That was a good question.
Yeah, it did compare the rest of them. You love duck hunting.
Yeah.
Holy cow, there's so many.
I mean, I like some cool sea duck stuff, but I'm not real hip on all that, or like what's what king eider, I guess. I don't know.
All right, you ready for Jeff Wine's question?
Yeah.
Jeff says, what advice do you have for a guy fishing regionals down in La Crosse next May? Regionals in La Crosse next May.
I'm going to say that's probably going to be a spawning smallmouth tournament, depending on when it is in May. Fish out of the main current, put a bait on without a hook in it, and just kind of blind bed fish and lift them up, and then go back and try to catch them.
Blind there.
Depends when you're there in May. They might all be pre-spawn too. If it's like first week of May, but anything later, I would assume that's how it would go down.
Smallmouth there. Okay. There you go, Jeff Wine. We hope you do well at your May regional there at La Crosse. Blake Rader wants to know if
strong names.
Yeah.
I
mean, these are straight cast fan base. We got a strong viewers. Yeah. Blake
pirate.
Yeah, Blake Rader is a pirate. Yeah. You could tell. Steph, did you ever end up joining the Floridian Club?
I have not, but they did make me an honorary member. I can come and go as I
please. Yeah, car top launch of the whole joint.
Yeah.
What derb was that?
St. John.
That was St. John River. You were up in that canal, and the lady, she were going, Bassmaster. Boom. The Floridian Club. That was your AOI year.
It was.
Yeah. I remember too. You're fishing for the spawning fish with that little floating Z-Man deal, weren't you? Yeah. All right. Blake Rader, good question. Yeah. He is an honorary member. Kenny Greer wants to know, when is Matt going to get a porn stash that equals yours? A porn stash.
I mean, up until now, I didn't think he was capable of growing one, but no, I mean, he's got the full beard.
He has a very manscaped, structured beard. Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of like clean shaven Matt the best, to be honest.
I do too. Yeah, that's when like my little baby Jesus Maddie is like clean shaven Maddie and a little pudgy.
Yeah, like fat Matt with no facial hair and sleeveless University of Kentucky shirt.
Yeah, some love handles and stuff with the old Kentucky shirt on, all stained up and stuff.
Yeah.
You got some manifold dirt on it, exhaust. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. Let's see. Okay. Oh, okay. Zach Brawley.
Snowstorm.
Yeah, I thought Snowstorm, dude.
Yeah.
I like that. He's coming bassing with me.
Is he?
Yeah, he's gonna come out and go do a little bit of bassing. Yeah,
not far from
I know. He's right there. Old Snowstorm says, who is responsible for more hen mallard deaths? Snowstorm or Mergman?
I mean, there's a lot going on here.
So Zach really is Snowstorm, and he wants to know who's responsible for more hen mallard deaths. Him or Mergman? Am I saying it right?
Yeah,
Mergman.
Yeah.
I don't know Mergman. I know
He's
that.
awesome. Yeah, they're
Okay.
both awesome. I'm gonna have to say Mergman.
Whoa.
Just because
You hear that, Snowstorm?
like,
Yikes.
we've had some like straight green. I don't know if we've had a straight green day with Mergman. Like he doesn't. Like I think the problem is when Snowstorm shoots hens, he does it on accident and doesn't know it's a hen. Like Mergman, he'll shoot a hen on you on purpose because he's out duck hunting. That's what he always says too. I thought we were duck hunting. Yeah. So I'm gonna say Mergman.
Mergman. Okay.
Just 'cause
Okay.
he's intentional with it.
Okay. All right. I don't know what happened here. This is Dylan.
Okay.
He says, "How many F-bombs do you usually average per derby?"
Oh,
Wow.
That's a great question. Let's pretend I don't have a live camera, so we have like a true day. I would say if I'm fishing shallow, like target fishing, cover fishing, F-bombs is higher. It's probably 300 a day.
300.
Something
Wow.
like that. It's like I'm real picky with my cast, and like every time I miss by like that much, I immediately say fuck.
Just happens.
And then when you're out deep, like offshore, and it's just like whatever.
So,
But out there, it's gonna happen. I mean, it's just part of my language. Maybe 100 times a day offshore.
is it hard not to swear on Bass Live?
You would think. I mean, I've definitely slipped, but I don't know. I think I can kind of shut it off. Like it's like going into church, you know. You just
know.
Yeah.
And it's like in broadcasting, whenever I'd see the red light, I knew to talk with my inside voice.
Yeah.
You
know.
know.
Maybe it's only 50 a day when I'm offshore, and then
that's
like 300
compared to 300.
Yeah.
All right. So I got to tell you a quick story, real quick, about Seth Feider and his mouth. So one time, Seth and I went to do a deal with what was it? You were shooting a video for frog fishing. Danny Quinn put you on the most bunk lake ever to do a Terminator frog skipping video. We were with Wired to Fish. And the camera guy, I think it was one of his first experiences out there. And
I haven't seen him again.
Yeah, we never saw him again. And Seth didn't, what'd you catch? One bass that day? And it wasn't your fault.
It wasn't good. I did actually have one good bite. But
it come up and missed.
It was told to me that there was a 4-pounder under
every dock.
Every dock.
I was there, Danny Quinn. I was there. You said
a 4-pounder under every dock. I'm like, well, that'll be easy.
Yeah.
And then I think like the second to last dock we fished after we had fished around the entire lake, I think a 4-pounder did try to eat my frog, but that all the other ones didn't.
You know the word
for? I mean, they had like every 20th dock would have one about that big on.
The word that the cat emoji word that ends in hunt. Yeah, he said it a lot.
Yeah.
the kid quit after that day. Sorry, Wired to Fish.
I did.
You should know better. Oh, Lord Almighty! All right, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Just keep. We're good. We're doing them all, right? I mean, this is.
I mean, I'm sure there's more. I've seen stuff popping up on the screen.
Wait, is there stuff on there coming up?
I saw something on there. I didn't look very long. But
okay, I don't know. I guess I'll keep going on this. Go ahead and let's do this for a minute. How's
Would you
that?
like to see the elites make it back to California? If so, what fisheries?
Oh, that's a good one. That's
That
John
is a good-
Pitt. Yeah.
That is a good question.
Yeah.
Obviously that Clear Lake looks awesome. I had a really good time when we went to the Delta and Havasu. It sounds like, from what I gather, the Delta's not near as good as it used to be. But Clear Lake clearly is awesome still. So I would like to go. Like, it doesn't bother me going out there. It's the same distance to California to Florida for me. It gets like everyone, all the guys that live by Florida or Alabama, Tennessee, they don't like going out there because it's so far and everything's expensive. And then we have a tournament there and no one shows up. But yeah, it's funny. I was gonna you gotta come to the West Coast. You gotta come to the West Coast. You gotta come to the West Coast. And then like we go there and then nobody cares. So, But yeah, I would like to go. It doesn't bother me.
But going back to Cali, there it is. Gingy, keep putting them up on the screen. I like when. Hold on one second, though, Seth. Before you go to that, our buddy from Omnia Fishing, you know Luke over there.
Luke, you're talking about Portuguese. Pete.
No, not Portugal Pete Presbury Rodriguez. This is Luke Lowen.
Kind of reminds me of Johnny Chimpo. All right.
Who wins a tag team boxing match? Polish Pete and Choder versus Seth and Jacob Brosnick. Jacob Bros.
Oh,
Jacob Bros.
That changes everything.
Yeah, that changed. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I first thinking Bro. Yeah,
I'm gonna give it to
it's Bros.
Pete and Choder.
Pete and Choder versus you and Bros. You and Bros are both scrawny.
Yeah.
Choder's got bulk, and Pete's kind of bulky too.
Pete's from Syracuse.
Yeah, he's got that East Coast.
He's got that dirty little razor blade tucked in his sock.
Yeah,
cut you.
He does, and it's jagged too. It's got the part that's not even smooth. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I would think I would give it to Pete and Choder over me and
Bros. Excellent question.
No offense, I'm not a badass, but then they gave me yeah.
That's why Seth has weapons.
Yeah.
Okay, James, I'm sorry I interrupted that. Back to the thing. I will be right back. You need anything, bud? From upstairs?
You leaving me here?
Yeah, I'm leaving you by yourself for a second. You gonna be okay? Oh, you got Ginger's gonna put him right there. I'll literally be back in 2 minutes.
Okay.
Will you be okay?
Yeah.
You want me to bring you anything?
All right. What's your best 5 in Minnesota way while fun fishing or tourney? Tourney, I don't know, because we have so many weird 6 and 8 fish limits. I know I've had some decent bags on Laconia, nothing real crazy for 5, but I don't even think they were that high. Fun fishing, I had 32 and a half on buckets and 31 something on smallies, fun fishing. But Durban, I don't know exactly, just because we got so many weird limits. What is your favorite bait to fish on Sturgeon Bay in the spring? Probably a little swim bait or a little tube, one of the two. Something kind of slow and bouncing along the bottom. Would you rather have a gas sponsorship or a cigarette sponsorship? That is a great question. Cigarettes are getting out of control now. I used to be able to run down to Missouri and scoop pretty dirt cheap cigarette darts. You get them $4 or $5 a pack not long ago, and I went through there the other day and they were $8 a pack. They're super high in Minnesota, $11 a pack. So usually I always buy them out of state unless I'm out. But I think we're out of cheap cigarette states, so it might have to be darts, dude. I burn a lot of gas though too. I'd have to do the math on that one. I'm gonna say I spend more on fuel than darts, but fuels. Darts might be $20 a pack next year. Who knows? So that'd be a hard one. I'd take fuel right now, but if them darts get any higher, it's probably gonna be a cigarette sponsor. When's the next Booyah Flipsta garage tournament? Topman. Man, I don't know. I don't fish much local Durban anymore. I don't know, man. We did have some good times though. Thanks, Topman.
Are you doing okay?
Yeah. What
everything cool?
Reel is your favorite right now? The Tatula 80 or 100? I'd say out of them 3, I'd take a Zillion, but I just got some of the brand new Tatula 100s. They're pretty badass. I'd probably take those.
Nice. Is that silver one?
That's the Zillion.
Oh, okay.
If Mountain Dew stopped all production moving forward, what is the new soda?
From Fish Spring. Fish Spring.
I might have to. I think I'd have to go half Sprite, half Dr. Pepper. Not mix them, obviously, but I think I would bounce from light to dark, without any good middle ground in there.
Okay, light the dark soda, light the dark.
You know what I mean? You'd have a Sprite, then you'd have a Dr. Pepper, then you'd have a Sprite, because you can't do all Dr. Pepper. That's just too heavy. And you can't do all Sprite, because that's just not enough. How was the smallmouth fishing on Lake Vermilion? It's really good.
Joey Schultz.
Not a great place for giants, but 3 to 4 pounders, beautiful scenery, lots of fish. Luke says he knows Bros is gritty though. Fair enough. I don't know if he's gritty enough.
Huh. Interesting.
I mean, he'd have to be real gritty.
I like how Ginger's doing that with the little pop because
he's
they got a chance. Yeah, they got a chance that
How do you feel when the live camera comes on you and you have a dart in your mouth?
Micah Reed. Say their names.
Oh, sorry, Micah Reed.
Micah Reed. Sorry.
How do I feel when it comes on? It doesn't bother me at all. I used to like when I'd hook a fish and I had a dart in, like I used to spit it when I was on live, but then we get emails about like me throwing darts in the lake, so. I had a talk with the tournament director and we come to the conclusion that it's best for me to just leave it in my mouth.
Okay.
So you might be seeing some more bags with a dagger hanging. I don't
know. Real life Seth Feider. Okay.
I'll ask. This is Matt Forbes. I'll ask again because I really want to hear it. Can you tell the story of how you got onto the Elite Series?
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, I qualified through the Opens.
Yeah.
I mean, I grounded out for a few years on the Opens, made it the third year I fished.
Third year it was.
Yep.
Gotcha. Okay. Hear that, Opens competitors? Seth Feider took him 3 years.
Yeah, and that's when it was only 3 tournaments. 1 division. I was close the first 2 years, but I wasn't ready. I was too green. Just fished a bunch of local stuff. Just started doing a little better at each level and moving on. Do you want to read these, or should I? I feel like I'm just doing all.
Oh, I like when you do
all the work.
Yeah, you can't see it good.
Oh, I can.
Oh, okay, I can see it great.
Can you read it?
Yeah, I can.
Do you want to...
So Dylan Hignite again says, "What is one bait you wish would be made into the market? A bait you wish would be made
like old or just
like reed?
I'm
not sure what
I'm not telling you.
Yeah,
yeah. If it's an old bait that we don't use anymore. Trying to think of anything I tried to hunt down. Baby, they kind of quit making them all for a reason, really.
What do you mean? What does that mean? Okay, they quit making.
To some extent, I mean, they quit working or whatever. I mean, there is some like crankbait stuff where it's like they made it for a little bit and they don't make them anymore. And I don't know. I got everything I need. Flying lure or helicopter lure? I'd go flying lure if I had to pick one or the other.
I would too. I've actually caught big bass. I mean, literally over 8-pound bass on each one. I got the kid. Well, I lived in Florida at the time too. Don't forget, and I had cool ponds.
Yeah,
but
I can see the flying lure though. The helicopter lure just looks like a line twist nightmare.
I'm gonna go for a few more off of here. Do this one,
okay,
Seth, and then I'll go back onto the phone for a couple, and then we'll finish up on these ones.
That's a great question.
Yeah.
How do you fish a milfoil lake after it's been sprayed?
Andy Croston. Did I say it right?
Yeah.
How do you fish a milfoil lake after it's been sprayed? That is a great question.
I would. Perfect scenario is they miss a spot or two. All the rest of the grass is terrible, and there's like a couple little areas that survived. That's ideal scenario. If they got it all, you just got to give up on it. It might look okay in your graph, like kind of short, and you pull some up every once in a while, and it looks okay. But you got 2 options: you go to the bank and do docks and bank beat, or you back out and get outside of the grass. But in a perfect scenario, I've had really good days where they sprayed 95% of the lake and they missed 5%, and then every fish that was in that grass goes to that 5%, and then you really catch them really good, but usually it doesn't work out like that.
Not in the perfect scenario. Yeah. Cody Holcomb wants to know who's winning a 3-hour tournament, you or me? I mean,
3-hour
a
derb.
3-hour derb, Pat or Seth, and who weighs what? Oh, I mean, you're a professional anymore.
I would think it would be.
You'll smash me, especially when you got the Periscope.
Yeah.
And I have a very short attention span. Yeah. Like I'll be on the phone 1 second or doing snack, and
you surprised me a couple times today.
What's that?
We were all on the phone.
Well, I was working.
I understand that.
Yeah, I understand.
It wasn't like I wasn't catching anything either. You know what I mean? Like it was kind of like, oh, here's a little water right here. I figured you'd be like, oh.
But I still moneyed up.
You did.
And I got my work done.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And bullshit. So yeah, Seth would win, and he would weigh like 5 times as much as me, unless he was like really sick or something. Like he had eaten that whitetail raw and had 6 white Russians. Sharp tail, whitetail, not deer. Don't eat. All right, okay, so there's that one. All right, go ahead, Gingy. Put some up now. Go back. Let's go back to the Ginge Ninja. Get some on the screen there. Boom, 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 boom.
Any interest in fishing the Northern Opens next year?
Oh, look at you.
That's from Lauren Janet.
Lauren Janet, that's a good one.
Yeah, I think I'm going to sign up for the Northern Opens. There's 2 of them within 3 hours of my house. It's just stupid for me not to. Even though I think we get the elite guys will get kind of jacked on practice at one of them, but whatever.
And that's Leech Lake.
Yep.
St.
Clair.
And what's the other one?
Lacrosse.
Holy shnikes. Now you've won at 2 of those.
2.5 hours at my house. Leech is probably 3.5 hours from my house. And then St. Clair's only 7 hours or whatever it is. Not that far.
Yeah, it seems natural.
Really close for national derbs, anyways.
It's so this is from Tots Fish. Do you know Tots Fish?
I mean, is that a screen name?
I don't know. I mean, maybe
his name is Tots.
I guess, but it sounds like he might know you with this question. It says, "When's the?" Oh, it says Top Man. Top Man. Okay. Yeah. Okay. When's the next Booyah Flipsta Garage tournament?
We already answered that one.
Oh, you did? I was gone?
I don't know.
Oh, sorry. Okay. I like that one.
We need to do it again.
Okay. So you guys did you tell the whole story too? You had a Booyah Flipsta deal?
Well, I answered the question up there. I didn't go real deep on it, but yeah.
Was it a wild night?
It was a fun night. I wouldn't say it was too crazy, but yeah, we were a buddy of mine's got a cabin on the lake that we were fishing a local tournament on, and we were staying out there, and yeah, we were hanging out in the garage like bass fishermen do.
And then was there any betting involved?
I don't think so. Not cash wise, anyway. It's just
okay. Ginge, go ahead, pop them up. What we got?
He's quick.
Ginge is the best. He's the best damn producer in bass fishing.
PP.
Pork trailers are trying to make a comeback. Are you in?
I mean, I do like the shape of a pork frog. I don't know if I'm going straight back pork.
What? Hookup percentage?
Yeah, I think.
Afraid it's going to go over the hook.
I know it can.
Yeah, I mean was a problem.
If a regular plastic chunk does it, you can still get them. You ain't double popping a frog.
Yeah, it ain't going through the.
So I'm probably out. I don't. I mean, I think a regular plastic chunk does everything you need it to. Maybe I'm wrong.
But, well, I mean, we kind of witnessed it before it came. But even think about this on a plastic chunk. How many? There is times even where you've set the hook and that has hindered you from actually hooking the fish. So 5,000,000%.
Yeah.
A pork rind. It was a big problem for those that haven't fished pork in the past. Keep coming, Ginge.
Yeah.
Let's do like, what do you want to do? 10 more minutes. We've been going since 7 o'clock. It's a 2.5 hour show.
Already.
Oh my God, I know. See, you love this stuff. It's it's time flies when you're having fun. All right, let's pop up a couple more here. And I know Ginge has got stuff to do, so we're all right. How does Seth handle hole poachers? I like that one.
mean, what can you do?
What do you mean? You handle it on the water? You handle it off the water? You do,
You
you
can go
do
yell at
nothing?
him and tell him he's a. Use that word. Tell him he's improper, but
Does it matter?
No, it doesn't. And trying to associate with those people. I don't have a lot of problems with it on the LECs.
All right. What about on a local hole? Would you give him a piece of your mind?
Yeah, but some of the stuff, I don't know.
It's tough.
I mean, trust me, we've got into it before on Tonka and stuff before, but.
Oh, here's a good one. This is from one-legged Dave Anderson.
Okay.
You know one-legged Dave?
I do.
Okay. So he said, one-legged Dave wants to know, when are you going shed hunting again?
Oh, I mean, it's gonna be.
He hasn't been with him since he lost his leg.
Yeah.
He said.
Me and him used to get after it.
Yeah.
I only go about like once a year anymore.
Okay.
So it's kind of a bad time of year for me with fishing and stuff, which you wouldn't think so, but yeah. Prep work. But yeah, we should get out. This year.
There you go, Dave. There it is. Hey, would you rather have a gas sponsorship or a cigarette? You did that one? Okay. All right. Let's see. Ben Borjan says, what is the talk about you and Matt Robertson? What happened between you and Matt?
I don't know. I go into
Okay.
that. Basically, I heard
questions asked.
I hurt his feelings.
Okay. I gotcha. All right. We'll leave it at that. Yeah. We'll leave it at that. All right. Let's field a couple more, and then we're gonna have to call it. Yeah. We're gonna have to call it, and the scales will be closed. Yeah. All right. Let's get a couple more up. Andy Croston said, "Are you still on the 30-pound braid to 20 fluoro for flipping?"
Pretty much, yeah.
30 to 20.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the ratio.
That's my deal. But I don't use that stuff for rod. I don't lock my drag. So
okay, I got it. The rod so that's the 7.3.
7 foot.
7 foot. You're still flipping the middle. Yeah. That's that medium heavy one. Yeah. Oh, and you were having some different lengths built to experiment with. Is that why I'm confused?
I was trying to build like my own signature one, but I still haven't got it right yet.
So, in your opinion, the 7 foot rod in milfoil is just as efficient lengthwise?
I think so.
As a 7.3, 7.6, 7.9 people use,
so.
7.11.
Yeah.
Okay. So that leverage thing is fictitious?
No, but 7 foot's plenty enough to get.
Okay.
To get them.
I see you do it. I mean, so
we were catching them in the pistol grip in the middle.
Yeah, we sure will. We sure will.
Maybe it's better to go shorter. I don't know.
5.5 footer.
I'll tell you this right now: I've lost more on an 8 footer in the milfoil than I have on a 5.5 foot pistol grip
with 17-pound mono.
Yeah. Good saying. Good saying.
All right, 2 more questions. We're closing it down. What do you think? All right, let's. Do we got it? Uh-oh. I think
just about it. The scales are closed. A lot of
closing the scale.
A lot of sinker questions, but we're over those.
No Senko or sinker questions. Sorry. Yeah. And black, blue, and green pumpkin. Yes, those are great questions and great colors. Yeah. I'm running through here, making sure, double checking, and I think we're gonna close the scales.
Oh, good.
Wow. Dude, that was a fun show. I liked having Easton on. He was awesome. Your friends sent in some amazing questions. And yeah, man. And to everybody out there viewing, all you fans of the People's Champ, thanks for putting in your questions, man. This is Seth's favorite part when he comes on a Bassman Talk Show. All right. Stuff. We got to give away a Pedro Rock.
Okay.
And we have to give away the Tin Cup Fun Box. So, Ginge, can you just text them to me, and then I'll just show them to Seth on my phone, I guess, here. We put through the randomizer. The viewers of tonight's show, we had a like and share contest. Won from Seth's dad, Pedro Feider. He's giving away a lucky pocket rock, and the other one is from our advertising partner, Tin Cup Whiskey. So, all right, we'll get the winners of the hey, I got to go to Omnia tomorrow.
Maybe.
I've never done a video with Omnia before.
Yeah.
No, I mean, me and you have done stuff over there before, but I've never done a solo one.
You'll be all right.
Am I gonna be okay?
I think so.
Should I just talk and stuff? Do lots of talking and everything else?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I remember this guy too because he's first off, he is a loyal stray caster, and this is the gentleman that asked you about the pistol grip rod in the original questions here, and that's John Broadbent.
Oh,
yeah, you won the Pedro Feider rod. Congratulations!
Another strong name.
Very strong name, John Broadbent, straight cast viewer, pistol grip and MF, ain't it? All right, he won the rock. All right, Ginge is randomizing, and we got the Tin Cup pack coming up next. The Tin Cup Extravaganza Fun Box is
Chris Blank.
Chris Blank.
I know Chris Blank.
Do you know Chris?
I do.
He won it.
Oh, yeah.
He won it. Yes. All right. So John Broadbent and Chris Blank, just send your information to the Stray Cast Facebook page. Direct message us, and JR Rock and Show Fantasy is going to get that information to Pedro and to Luke Foley. And thanks for liking, and you know what I mean. Hey, this has been another Stray Cast show, and we got some wing dingers worked up the next few weeks. Right now, I'll tell you, next week is Mike, Ike, and Ellie, and the week after that, KVD, and then some more surprises. So, yeah, we're going wild. Yeah. And then I might take a little time off again, and let's go bassing. Let's go to an exotic location.
Okay.
Hey, are we gonna go to Texas this year on vacation in the spring instead of Florida?
Good.
I mean, because you're not going to Florida first, and that's usually why we end up in
warm.
Yeah, well,
it's gonna be cold.
I know, but what are we gonna do? Go to
Scope?
It's all scopy.
Scopy.
Is it super scopy at that time? What am I gonna do? I can't flip.
Actually, I got a big screen so big you can see it from the back.
You got that new 22, or that thing's badass too.
So you can scope from the back.
I could be a back scoper.
Yeah.
So is that what you want to do? You want to go to Texas instead of Florida? I mean, you got to start the season there.
I'll be.
And and we should go see Uncle Dan. We could go flip a day with Uncle Dan.
Probably needed it.
We're gonna do that. You know what I mean? That's gonna be good for the soul.
Yeah.
That's the plan. Sorry. So there it is. All right.
You mean Lenny?
Okay, yeah, Lenny Rower. There it is. Hey, this has been another Stray Cast show. Andrew Ellenberger, you are the best damn redheaded producer in bass fishing. Thank you so much. Engineer Dayton Feider, thank you for getting this deal set up here tonight. Rock and Shoal Fantasy on the chat board. Outstanding job. And again, to all our amazing advertising partners that make this show happen. I bid you peace. And peace I bid you. See you next week. Right here. Stray Cast. Peace.